Hello everyone, this is Samir the Knight and welcome back to another stream. As promised, I am live streaming again today, just to make up for my missed stream on Wednesday. And today we have some optional content we're going to be going through. Some things I just definitely wanted to get done today. Or done, I definitely want to get done at some point, rather. Let's put it that way. And want to try to have dedicated days for just doing like side content while I focus on main story stuff on the other days. So I'm trying to get to end, the end of Shadowbringers, and anyone who's watched the fan festival yesterday will know how hyped things are at this point. So I'm looking forward to it as well. All right, so what is on today's agenda? Definitely side quests, as is hinted at in the title of today's video. So I had a quest here and I abandoned it just because I want to remind myself of what the intro was like. But we had this one here in Gannha here, which is Lisa's hometown, if you remember. And the last time we were here, we finished this one quest that gave us an Aether Current thing to do. And it led to this whole thing where this guy's trying to revitalize the local, like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not export, but like their industry, really, which is like doing a whole bunch of mining in the area, which is really cool. And so he's trying to get people to get back into it. So I want to see where the story goes with that, because like it had me interested. So definitely want to get that one done first. I'm hoping it doesn't take too long. And then and part of the story that we saw, or the title, is I want to do the Ruby Princess quest line. So that is also on the agenda today. If we manage to get through that, and the Ruby Princess quest line is not as long as I thought it would be, at least in terms of total number of quests. But these quests that you see have like the image backgrounds are usually ones that are more involved. They actually have like cutscenes and things like that. So yeah, those are the stories that I really like doing, just because it's more lore building, more story, and that's generally what I'm here for when it comes to this game. So, and if we get through that in time, I have some other things planned out, but towards the end, if we have still plenty of time to work with, I might get into the Hildibrand side quests and continue where I left off from the last time I picked them up, because I finished all of the Realm Reborn ones, and so I have to start at the Heavensward quest line, where at least where it picks up from there. So yeah, some things to look forward to. So why don't we jump into it, and let's get this quest line started here. So the last time we helped him, he had us go to the mines up northeast, and like clear out some of the monsters and like get back some of the like the cores or something like that, just kind of show off the people and show like, hey, this is the kind of stuff we can mine, and it'll revitalize the town and all those sorts of things like that. So right, time to present the soul stones to the village. Let them know that the sleeping stones is ready to be restored. Although it's been quite some time since anyone has truly lent me their ear, would you mind gathering the villagers for me? Yep, so we're gonna help them with that. What's that? The old part saying he wants to restore the quarry? Like, I haven't heard that before. You might have been able to single-handedly take on a group of Uralites, but most of us aren't heroes of legend. What do you suggest we do should the beast return? Or you're planning to give up adventuring and become the quarry's very own protector? Fair point. What did you just say? Like, did my grandfather put you up to this? Ah, he sends me mad sometimes. I apologize that he bothers you with this kind of venture. Would you mind if I ask your name? Well, Samir, you have my thanks for humoring the wild ramblings of an old man. I'll make sure to tell him again that he needs to stop bothering strangers with his fantasies. I think it's well worth it, though. It's not a fantasy. The Quarry, sorry to disappoint, but I'm far from interested. There's no point placing the village's future in the hands of a dead industry. However, honestly, how many people do you know that are desperate to get their hands on those stones these days? Sayer's time would be better spent working out how to sell off all the leftover rocks we already had cluttered to Gannha. That's not a good sign. So how do we get people interested? Back from spreading the good word, are you? Can't wait to see the looks of their mugs when they have the ganders of these soul stones. Unfortunately, no, they're not coming though. Well, except your grandfather or son. Let's stop this, shall we? No one's gonna come. You'd be better served heading home and having a nap. And you say I'm the one spouting nonsense. I know what this is. You banded together with all the others and think we mad, haven't you? How'd you even think such things? I only have your best interests at heart, grandfather. The fact of the matter is that you can quarry as much as you want. If no one's willing to buy the spoils, then it's meaningless. You're not as young as you once were, and this fool's errand is doing your health no favors. I can't bear to watch you waste your life away any longer. Fool's errand? You consider it foolish to work towards a brighter future for Gannha? Samir, tell me, do you share my granddaughter's opinion? Oh, son, I thought it was son, never mind. Granddaughter. No need to hold back. Is it a lot? I don't know enough. I honestly don't know enough. It's like, obviously the Quarry was a big thing in the past, but what are the people? The people are not doing much right now. But again, it does. I don't know. This is a hard one. I don't know enough. I want to help him though. There's no use sitting around waiting for things to improve. The future's in our hands. He's good. He's only saying that out of pity for you. Please don't get me carried away. Listen, we all understand you're trying to do what you think is best for the village. We do. But you're going to have to accept sooner or later that nothing lasts forever. I was fooled to ever consider asking others for help. You can hardly expect your words to mean anything to those who live without hope. Yes, it's up to me to show you how it's done. Why does he have to be so thick-headed? It feels like every interaction we have nowadays inevitably ends in a huge kerfuffle. He has this nasty tendency to refuse to speak to me after hours after a fight as well. I'm truly sorry to involve you in this, but do you think you can talk to him in my stead? And tell him what? At this point, I want to help him. So... how are we going to resolve the situation is the question. What's something that people can get behind and be mutually beneficial for the rest of the village, you know? That girl makes me wonder if I too spouted so much gibberish at her age. Come to hear a story, have you? Well, I'll tell you a story, my friend. A tale of a time when the quarry was the heart of Gannha. Yes, those were the days. It didn't matter how long you spent quarrying away, there were always more stone to be cut, and people willing to pay for it. The industry supported many a family, let me tell you. There were even some days when I'd take the cold, hard floors of the quarry as my bed, instead of going home. While the only thing keeping me going half of the time were the work songs we used to sing. Aragorn, that's bloody it. If the villagers heard the work songs once more, they're sure to change their minds about the quarry. Bet you're glad you're here to see the very moment I saved the village from ruin. It's yet to be seen, though. Finish coming to terms with just how inspired my new plan is. Don't think song is just really gonna do it, my friend. Anyone that's held a hammer and chisel knows the work a good works song can do. After you've been singing for a while, your swings start to match the song's rhythm, and everything falls naturally into place. You can work for hours and hours without even realizing it. Hammer in one hand, chisel in the other, cutting up rocks, bringing home the mother. Rocks become gills become a house. Hearts the quarry has no need for a spouse. And the song meanders along in a similar vein after that. The ending, however, is quite something. Speckled stone, edged of layer, still not the stone to a kindly prayer. Nay, search for the pebbles, young maiden reveals. Speckled stone, edge of layer, refers to the changing pattern that adorns the rocks found deep underground. The rocks close to the edge of each layer are the most brittle you see. That part of the song exists as a warning to never sell on inferior stone. Although you struggle to find a quarry that doesn't know as much. No, it is the nay, search for pebbles, young maiden reveals, part which I find curious. I believe it to be referring to a jewel of some kind. After all, you'd hardly give a young lass any pebble you just happen to find. No, only the finest jewels would do. If I were able to somehow take a gander at the stones mentioned in the song, probably impossible, mind you. The closest fissure where I could stand a chance of finding it is home to a group of Quirkin bandits. That being said, I might be able to find something if I had you to keep me safe from harm. Accompany me, Samir. I'm sure you'll enjoy the journey. Which reminds me, like yesterday we were going through the main story and we came up, part where all the people of Gairbania came to, as part of a council, like to kind of talk about the future of El Amigo, right? And one of the people representative were the Kirkin. Yet there's no Kirkin like town though. The only Kirkin place is this, the Ziggurat, and these are filled with man-eating Kirkins. So I don't think that's them, unless there's something back in the fringes I don't remember. I don't know. But the fact that there's like just even a bunch of Kirkins, there must be another. There's people who are well mannered, let's put it that way, and some that aren't. So I don't know. Something to think about. Oh, right, I forgot to talk about it. So, real quick, before I push forward, so the Fan Festival yesterday announced the release date of Endwalker, and with that they opened up pre-orders for the game itself, or for the expansion. So as part of that, they had some pre-order bonuses that you can immediately get access to. And so one of them was this minion, which I don't know who Palom is. Based on one half of a pair of twin mages, this is charming. This must be like a Shadowbringers thing, so I'm not sure who that is yet, but that's one of the rewards you get. Honestly, not that big of a deal for me. And the other item you get is this. And my character's blocking the way, but or the avatar I'm using. I've been wanting an item like this. They've done similar things for every other expansion where you get a earring, which gives you a 30% increase in experience if you're under the level cap, basically, right? So this one gives you up to level 80 which is nice because, you know, they're going to be upgrading the cap to level 90 once Endwalker comes out. So the previous versions had like up to level 70 and things like that. At least the one I'm familiar with. There's like the Aetheryte earring, but I don't. That's like a Steam pre-order or something like that. I'm not sure, but anyway, I've been wanting to have a ring like this because I have so many other, like, I'm trying to level up classes quickly. So now I finally have a quest or an item that helps with the experience gain, just instead of like using food, which is only 3%. So it helps a lot. All right, so and on that note, I got my bar to level 70, so that's another thing I could potentially do today if we have the time. So get through the level 60 through 70 quests. The place is swarming with those rats. Try searching the surrounding area for any that might be lying in wait for us. I trust you know what to do when you come across one. Kick their asses. Yeah, these Karkin are they're a little crazy. What's this? Use the beacon at the designated location. Hey. Tell him to come over. It's safe. You can come over. Fine work, Samir. I suppose it's time for me to do my part. Do some quarrying. Let's see what we find. Fuse your eyes on this ore, Samir. It popped right out when I chiseled away along one of the layers of the rock. My guess is it could be used to craft quite a fetching jewel. I'll hurry back to the village and instead about examining it in further detail. Now the question is whether or not people actually this is a great way to make the village a lot of money, though. If you can find jewels such as that, and just you become a hotspot for selling jewelry and things like that. Samir, my apologies for any bother my grandfather caused you, but I do thank you sincerely for keeping him safe. Ah, Samir, sad to say, it seems we were on a fool's errand. There's no ore that we found, but a crystal fragment of incredibly low purity. Only the most naive of barons would rejoice upon finding this shiny piece of rubbish. Speckled stone, edge of layer. Sell not this stone to a kindly payer. Must have been referring to this. Grandfather, is that perchance a line from a song that began with hammer in one hand, chisel in the other? Indeed it is, but why do you know that? Father used to sing it to me in lieu of a lullaby. It's one of my most precious memories from the short time we were able to spend together. Indeed, your father was a fine quarrier. Not a day passes that I don't rue his death at the hand of those bastards from Garlemald. We never even had the chance to work together. He chose to apprentice under another teacher. Said he didn't want me going easy on him. But enough about the past. He had been using the song as a guide to find stones of value, but the spinners still yet smell on us. Have you forgotten, Grandfather? There's another version of the song. What might lead you in the right direction? Another? Why yes, there was another version, wasn't there? It's been so long since I last sung it, it had completely forgotten. I don't suppose you remember the lyrics? Of course I do. All my memories of Father are as vivid as ever. That's my girl. You hear that, Samir? There's hope yet. Sweet Love is warming up her pipes for a moving rendition of the alternate version of the Quarrying Works song. I do recall Father saying that this version of the song wasn't exactly popular. However, it was always his favorite. It's certainly the one he sang to me most often. Aye, that's the right of it. The quarry would echo for days with workers belting out the version I know. It'll probably still be singing it when I'm dead. Can't say I'm not too surprised that you all remember, grandfather. It's only the end of the second verse that I'm actually different from the first. Speckled stone, edged with layer, still not this stone to a kindly payer. Nay, search for the pebbles, young maiden reveals, between this world and the next. 'Tis there the stones collect. Trade them on, our ancestors' song. So the stones worth selling is located somewhere between this world and the next, eh? I must admit, I never really thought about it much as a child, but the song's lyrics are a bit eerie, aren't they? Aye, that's the part of our ancestors quite morbid. Do you reckon it might be referring to Hidden Tear? I sense a disturbance in the force. I suppose that did use to be a graveyard, didn't it? I don't imagine there are too many people that have cause to visit the area these days. I should hope not. Ever since the Empire banned us from making offerings to the deceased, I've heard an increasing number of stories saying that beings not of this earth stalk the place. I hope nothing more than pop over there right now and quickly see if the stone we need can be found, but something tells me it won't be that easy. What say you, Samir? Can I count on your aid one last time? Sure, my thanks. This is our last chance and I don't intend to fail. I must admit, I have also heard the same stories grandfather just mentioned. While I'm reluctant to think of them true, I would still feel much more at ease were you to accompany him. Yeah, I'll take care of him, don't worry. Where are we going here? Okay. Is there a graveyard up there? Is that what this Hidden Tear? Oh, so is this a graveyard? Or like a... I was gonna say more like mausoleum or something, but not quite. Like a burial site, at least. I wonder if that's what it is, actually. Ow. Fuck off, please. Thank you. Right, Samir, would you mind checking the area to see if everything's safe before I go in any further? If you haven't seen anything funny, just take care of it for me. I'll go to work once it's certain the area is safe. Yeah, it seems... The, stuff in the air makes me think there's, like... spirits in the air or something like that, you know? Don't mind me, just gonna... I picked up a little... Oh god, you stopped me from... Ah, I can't get rid of the... Let's back off. Okay. Whew. Okay, that was close. Took on a little bit more than I wanted to right there. Ah, so when that thing comes up that there's like a... You sent a strong mark, that must mean you the S rank. Because people are mentioning that in the chat right now. You can't see that though. The only presence you sense is in this area is your own. Anything over here? Yeah, definitely like spirits or something there. So this is kind of, it seems like it's like just like a burial ground kind of thing. And the little globules in the air definitely make me think it's sort of like spirits are hanging about. Things certainly seem to be a bit safer now. By all means, go on ahead and back to Gannha. You have my word that I'll deliver this time. Please go and put Sweet Love at ease. I bet she's worried sick by now. Is it okay just by yourself? Okay, as you say. Awesome, but wait, where is oh, what a relief to hear that he's unharmed. Although I would struggle to retrieve the accidentally he's back with us safe and sound. Grandfather's so foolhardy. Not a moment goes by that I don't worry about him. You're acting like I already in the grave, my love. I can assure you, there's nothing to worry about here. Yeah, bots, fuck off, please. Thanks. Fuck off too. Let me see. Can I outright ban those people? Wow, I got 2 back to back. That's awesome. Da, 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 da. Yeah, we'll just do this. You. Cool. Okay. Sorry about that. Deal with the fucking bots. I found what we were after in no time. Assuming there's more to be had, we'll be able to start trading with goldsmiths and Ulda in no time. Should fetch a high price, I imagine. I'm beginning to think our ancestors made a hidden tier into a graveyard on purpose, as a form of protection in case the Quarry ceased providing for us. After all, who do you know that go defiling a graveyard in search of riches, besides me, of course? Regardless, that's the only reason I can think of them hiding the fact that in a work song. Take a look for yourself, Steve. It's stunning. When I gaze upon it, I almost dare to believe that there could be a brighter future for our village. A fine chunk of ore indeed. I imagine we could make a fair amount of coin were the villages to band together and mine the rest of the supply. Why didn't you say so sooner you were going after such treasure? I would have been more interested in your rambling rather than what you had to say. Fuck off, dude. You're an ass. It's all thanks to your efforts, grandfather. Never once did you give up, even in the face of strong opposition from your certain granddaughter. I couldn't be more proud. Honestly, I'm just so used to living in despair that I couldn't bring myself to believe there may be a way out. I'll be more than glad to join you the next time you go quarrying, Sayer. Thank you for all the kind words. Here's to bringing Gannha back to its former glory. Up until now, I'd always wished you would just retire and spend your golden years in peace, but it seems you're much more suited to keeping active. Took you long enough to realize. Aye, life's not the same unless I have a chisel in hand. I hope your throats are nice and warmed up because it's time for some singing. And quarrying, of course. Yeah, there's one of the leaders there too. It's been a while since we've seen him though. Samira, hearty thanks for everything you've done for our village. You can leave the rest to us now. We'll do just fine if we have each other. The best of luck to you in all the future endeavors. Cool. I'm happy to just, even though it's very simple quest line, and the village itself is going to do just fine now because this all takes place after we sort of like help the village out, right? So not necessarily free of Garlemald just yet, but this village is important in terms of the story, in terms of, you know, who would actually importance to, you know, characters and things like that. So Ragnfried is, you know, good character, and you know, it's always good to see how the world changes for the better. So I'm happy to see that. So cool. All right, with that, that's done. Very simple quest, and happy to see how it turns out. Let's go to do the Ruby Princess storyline. That one, from what I've heard online, this one is actually really good, and like a lot of people enjoy the storyline as far as I've seen online. And I'm very curious to see why. Just in terms of like the content and like the story and things like that. So always happy to learn a little bit more and see how things play out. So okay. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna abandon it real quick, just because I don't remember exactly how it started, because it's been a while since we've had to do anything with this. But you know, the last we were here specifically trying to get information about Yugiri and see if these people can help us find them, and we've learned that this is Yugiri's hometown as well, and we met her parents and all that, and yeah, so she's here, and so we ended up kind of leaving in terms of the main story because we couldn't really get anything out of it besides just meeting Yugiri's parents. But at the same time, you know, we kind of hear like, oh, the reason that they're trying to like be kind of seclusion and kind of keeping themselves walled off from people is because there's stuff going on at the royal palace with the royal princess, and you know, the place is under attack by like the monster. I forgot exactly what happened, but we go and save them as part of the dungeon, right? It's kind of optional in the sense that that it wasn't necessarily tied to the main story, and we could have just kept going. But we saved the Ruby Princess, who was there, who actually turns out to be just Kurenai here was actually the Ruby Princess, and the one who's acting as a Ruby Princess was just her sister. They're twins. So I forget the reason what she wanted. She wants to like travel and see the for some reason, but I don't remember what. So excellent. Let's make for Onokoro. I believe we will best be served by beginning our search there. You see, while we were next to no contact with the outside world, we do receive the occasional visit from the Cosion of the Blue. During one such a visit, I was given a tome filled with fairy tales. It was old, worn, and from what I was given to understand, written in Kugane. In it was a story about a fisherman who sailed the Ruby Sea. While traveling, he came across a princess who had fallen into a years-long slumber. She was eventually awakened upon taking an elixir of some sort. Okay, now I remember what's happened. Right. The Ruby Princess, or I guess, you know, she's the Ruby Princess. You know, actually the Ruby Princess, but her sister, who was sort of taking her place, is sort of in like a coma. So we want to know how we can fix it, and she thinks this story is kind of leading into how we can actually help her. So, okay. What intrigues me, however, is that in fact that many of the places this fisherman visited exist in the real world. It makes me wonder if perhaps the story is rooted in reality. The tale begins in Orokoro. I trust you'll escort me there? Sure. Let's go. I won't be able to do this as a samurai, unfortunately. I think the quest is level 63. Right, so we'll do as far as we can, but we'll have to change into something else. Okay, so Onokoro is here. Where the good Confederacy also has their base, so... Boisterous Pirate. Apologies, my friend, but I will not be able to help you right now. I must give this young lady a tour of our island. She's with me, so this is Onokoro. It is a lovely place. The people here are incredibly warm. Take the gentleman, for example. As soon as I set foot on the island, he offered to take me on a tour. What are you looking at? Yeah, I don't... Kurenai, that's not exactly... Get lost. Get lost? Why don't you get lost? Wait a minute, I know you. My comrades talk about you all the time. My apologies, sir. I was only just joking with you, of course. One can never have enough rich or powerful friends. That is why I approached your young charge. Figured if I helped her now, she'd someday return the favor, should I ever need it. So what brings you to our island? He was about to do some stupid sketchy shit. You fucking ass. You were looking to learn more about the fairy tale. I know nothing on fairies or tales, but mayhaps I can direct you to someone else who does. There's a fisherman who visits us once a year to hunt for treasure. Some of the men here say he is as old as the seas themselves. I reckon he, of anyone, would be able to tell you your story. Luckily for you, he just arrived the other day. He should be able to find him at the Quickscape Pier. Thank you for your assistance, sir. We will go speak with him right now. Not to worry, little lady. Just be sure to remember my name and pay me back when the time comes. Kurenai, he was trying to take you... Samir, did that gentleman ever give us his name? No, but... without a name, I'm afraid I'll be unable to send him payment for his help. It's terribly unfortunate, but there's little that can be done. Now let us probably make for the Quickscape Pier. We do not want to miss the fisherman. Kurenai, you need to stay a little bit closer to me because you're a little bit naive, and it's not a good thing in this case. Oh, whenever I see one, I just go and get it. Look out. Alright, what do we got here? An elderly fisherman. Is this the right place? The man looks as though he could be the fisherman the man from earlier mentioned. Hello there, is there something you need? The tale of the fisherman in the Ruby Sea. Ah, yes, indeed. It has been a long time since I've heard that one. I believe it was my great-grandfather who told me, or perhaps my great-great-grandfather, or perhaps my... That's all good and well, sir, but if you could please tell us the story? Oh my god, don't be impatient with the guy. Ah, yes, my apologies. Let's see if I can remember how it went. I'll very much hope you have not forgotten it. We might never know the whole tale if you have. The tome I received as a child was so tattered I could only read bits and pieces of the story. I recall now, once upon a time there was a fisherman on the island of Onokoro who saved the Kojin of the Blue from a maw of a terrible beast. As thanks, the Kojin offered him a bottle of a liquid. When taken, it would allow the fisherman to plunge to the far depths of the ocean without drowning. It was there that the journey together began. They visited temples, palaces, and villages under the sea. They met all manner of men, women, and creatures, including a beautiful princess who had fallen into a deep, deep slumber. According to her people, she had been like that for years. Hearing this, the Kojin pulled out another vial containing an ancient Tamamizo potion, which had been passed down to him from his great-grandfather, or perhaps his great-great-grandfather. To continue with the story, upon being given this mixture, the princess was instantly awakened. The moment their eyes met, she and the fisherman fell in love. They were immediately wed in a place at the bottom of the sea, where they lived happily ever after. Thank you, sir, for taking the time to recount the regaling tale. It was truly enlightening. Samir, from what I've heard, I can only assume the story took place in Shisui of the Violent Tides. Perhaps we should return to Suinosado and see if we can not dig up any mention of this incident. Again, thank you very much, sir. You are a man of great wisdom. Alrighty. And with that, the quest is done. We have to, just fly there. Alright, so let's switch to a class that we can actually use. I'll just stick to his Black Mage for the time being. So is he still here with her? No, it's not even where it is. It's over here. There it is. There's Shusai, who was helping us, but her sister's not here? Not sure where. Okay. Okay. While I know a little of what life is like on the surface, it seems to be a lovely place. The people are incredibly kind. I grew up listening to stories of how pirates would slit your throat the first chance they got, but those on Okoro seemed rather cordial, though perhaps I have your presence in part to thank for that. Shusho shall be joining us shortly. Most stories in Suiso no Sada are passed down orally. He should be able to tell us if any of our own stories match the tale the fishermen recounted for us. A tale in which a Hurrian fisherman and a princess were brought together by a Kojin and wed in a palace under the sea? It sounds almost as if the story about Shisui of the Violent Tides. Though the part about the Ruby Princess marrying a Hur might be something of an embellishment. To the contrary, Your Grace, I believe generations back, a Ruby Princess and a Hur man were once joined in holy matrimony. The son they bore was said to have almost no scales. Until now, I had considered it merely to be a tale that's spun by the elders for their grandchildren. Yet it is possible the story is true. And then there is a chance that the remedy also exists. It is not impossible. Your Grace, I must apologize to you. If I were being completely honest, I thought all hope for Lady Hisui's recovery was lost. What you tell me, however, has revived my hope. You are a born leader. Through your actions, you have reversed all our fates. That's incredibly kind of you to say, but without this wonderful gentleman beside me, we would never have come so far. Indeed. Masters of the Night, please accept my deepest thanks. So long as you are here, I can rest knowing that Her Grace and our village will remain safe. Now, Your Grace, I suppose you are about to announce your intention to travel to where the Kojin of the Blue reside in search of this miracle cure? I wish you safe travels. Samir, at long last, I can see the light. Wish we might finally be saved. I hope so. The Ruby Princess is eager to depart for Tamamizu. Are you ready to go? Good. Then let's immediately set off for Tamamizu. While Shino Sado, for the most part, isolated itself from the rest of the world, we have had some little contact with the Coach in the Blue. This, however, will be my first time visiting the village. I'll take care of you, don't worry. You have been there before? Excellent. Then you should be able to show me around. Yeah, they're nice people there, so. Da-da-dum, da-da-da. Alright, let's head over. It's not so different than our own village. Now, where should we begin our search for this ancient Kojin remedy? We should ask some of our acquaintances for advice. We should... While I've met some Kojin during our stay in our village, I'm afraid I cannot recall who any of them are. But wait, perhaps I spoke too soon. The merchant who gave me the tome. If I'm not mistaken, he goes by the name of Inban. Let's go search for him out. I mean, I know a couple people too, so... And what would we have here? It's been many years, so it's difficult to be absolutely sure, but I think this is Master Inban, the merchant I told you about. Inban, that is my name. Do we know each other from somewhere? I guess we're trying to be a little... I'll just be a little incognito, right? Now that you mention it, perhaps there's something rather familiar about her. Oh yes, I remember now. You are a little girl from the palace. People grow so fast, they do. You have changed so much, I scarcely ever recognize you. Master Inban, I am glad to see you have not forgotten me. We have sought you out today to ask you something regarding the book of fairy tales you gave me long ago. I remember that one. What would you like to know? You're looking to find a cure for your sleeping friend. A most noble cause indeed. I'm an avid collector of ancient tomes. In one of them is the exact remedy you speak of, an elixir that could wake those who have fallen into a deep slumber. Truly, then might you share with me the recipe so I can recreate it? The recipe should be easy to find. The necessary ingredients, on the other hand, not so much. What do you mean? To make this potion requires a shell of a bloated umemi, a giant umemi that has had over 100 years to mature. Decades have passed since one of these were last spotted. Your only hope now would be to capture a umemi larva and wait 100 years for it to grow potent enough to make your cure. No, that can't be. It's too early to give up. You're absolutely right. Just as you saved Shushi of the Violent Tides against all odds, so too must we have rescued Husia, regardless of how hopeless it seems. We'll find this mythical creature, no matter how hard or long we must search. Perhaps as you say, if you were to look hard enough, you will find one. If you're serious about this, I would suggest you begin your search in exile. It was formerly considered a prime hunting ground for these creatures. Kelp was often used to lure them out of hiding. I shall go and gather some straight away. Good. Gather the most succulent stalks you can find and take them into the cave. If any bloated yume are present, they will immediately be drawn to you. Or perhaps you should have this man here take them. You appear to be as strong as our gatekeeper. You do. No doubt you'll be able to make quick work of whatever appears. Samir, I shall meet you at exile in a bit. Kelp in hand. Okay, so now there's an actual story reason to go there. I've been going there a couple times as part of the clan hunt board and stuff, which actually I have a few more to do for today. But you know, there's actual reason to go here now. And there's also this place, the Anemone Gardens. I haven't even been in there either. So it's like, okay. What purpose do these locations serve? You know? I made sure to collect the longest and most luscious stalks of kelp I could find. Here. The other Grandmaster Iman mentioned are in the deep recesses of the cave just over there. From what I gathered, the bloated yummy's... Excuse me, sorry. Is what allows them to accumulate an incredible amount of magic, most of which is concentrated in their shell. We can only hope that, should one be here, it will be tempted out of hiding by the sweet smell of its favorite food. Right, so do I have to actually kill any of these? I wonder. Nope, they are not in my current thing right now. But I'm not gonna worry about that too much. So we'll just obliterate the shit of it with my black magic here. Holy shit, you're huge. And you're dead. Those things can live 100 years. That's crazy. Oh, Inban, what are you doing here? A mixture of concern and curiosity brought me here. How's the hunt going? Samir, Master Inban grew worried and kindly came to check up on us. Did you have any luck in the cave? Sure enough. Is this what I think it is? You did it, Samir. You procured a bloated Yumi shell. Perhaps the very last one in existence, even. So this is a shell rumored to be capable of curing any ailment. It looks nothing like a regular Yumemi. That you were able to find one so quickly makes me wonder if the bloated Yumi is not as gone as we think. Perhaps they simply begin burrowing deeper into the earth in response to our excessive hunting. I must make up for this grievous miscalculation. Please give me the shell. I shall make the remedy you seek and deliver to Soino Sato. It may take some time to prepare, but should be well worth the wait. Thank you very much. Now Hisui might finally be saved from eternal slumber. Samir, once again I'm in your debt. Together let us return to Soino Sato, that we might share the story of our success with Shioi-sai. Shioi-sai, whatever. Whoosh. Shusha has been duly informed of all that happened. When I told him of how he slayed the bloated Yumi, his eyes went wide and his mouth dropped. Rarely do I ever see him so surprised. Then again, he has every right to be. Your efforts have allowed Master Inban to set upon making a remedy that should, in theory, have been impossible to recreate. Which reminds me, I believe I owe you an apology. You were only to escort me to Tamamizu, but due to my own inability, you were forced to do so much more than that. Truly, I do not know what I would have done without you. In addition to saving my people, you have opened my eyes to the world. Through you, I have come to learn so much. When I finally returned to Shisui of the Violet Tides, and reassume my role as Ruby Princess, I shall look back fondly upon the memories we created together on this grand adventure. Until such a time that Hisui awakes, however, I shall remain here. I surely hope that you shall too. Oh, think nothing of it. The Ruby Princess impatiently awaits Inban's arrival. So this is supposed to be the last quest in the quest line here. Samir, Master Inban has yet to arrive with the elixir, but we must not allow ourselves to grow impatient. He'll come to us as soon as it is ready. The longer we wait, however, the more I worry about Hisui. Shioi-sai assures me she's doing well and that, thanks to our own ancient remedies, her bones and muscles remain strong. Even so, I feel compelled to confirm this with my own eyes. Let us go to her. Now, I say this is the last quest in the quest line, but I do recall seeing on, like, the Eorzea database, this is Final Fantasy's own database for, like, quests and items and things like that. Another quest gets unlocked past this, but it's no longer in the quest line, I think. So I don't know what it is exactly, but I have to look it up, or we'll see what it is once we get to it, I guess. I'm having her brought to her from her room. It should not be much longer. Looking upon her, I'm reminded of the Ruby Princess from the fairy tale. What caused you to continue sleeping, my friend? Isn't she your sister? Oh, wait, no. Right, they were just like close friends when they were young, but they looked so similar anyway that she was able to kind of take her place at times, I guess. Initially, I had feared the voids that possessed her had driven her soul from her body. Now I suspect Huisui's spirit has simply gone dormant. It is attempting to recuperate from the trauma it endured. Master Inba's elixir will likely restore what vitality has been lost. Indeed, that is correct. Hey, there he is. Master Inban, I brought the elixir. In the olden days, we would sprinkle this over the eggs that refused to hatch. It would serve to strengthen the soul of Kojins within. Sprinkle? Do you mean to say Huisi do not need to drink this remedy to recover? Drink it? There's no need for that. All we need to do is pour this over your friend. Here, I made plenty. Go for it. Here we go. Please make it work. Please make it work. Please make it work. Yay! Her eyes! She opened her eyes. Hisui! You're awake! Thank the Kami, you're finally awake. I'm sorry for everything. Princess, I... What are you talking about? She has no idea, because she's been asleep. I really like the outfits on both of them. The thing that you had to travel so far and overcome so many obstacles to save me, I know not how to thank you. Nay, 'tis I who must thank you. Think nothing of it, princess. As your lady-in-waiting, it is my duty above all else to ensure that you are protected. Right, so she was taking her place for something, I forget what. And so when, right, we heard of like a man in a black robe or something came. I vaguely remember that. So again, it was an Ashian most likely, came in and did whatever he did to her, as opposed to Kurenai here. Which is a little bit fortuitous in that it's not the actual cute Ruby Princess, but still kind of fucked up though, right? Truly, I am blessed to have you in my life. The girls, they're identical. I cannot, for the life of me, tell them apart. Except for the Indeed, there is a great resemblance. They're so short, though. Message of the night. Now that Lady Husui is awakened, Her Grace must return to the palace and resume her duties there at once. While I will ask that you say your farewells to her here, I do hope that this is not the last time we will see each other. I have watched Her Grace blossom into an intelligent and capable young lady under your care. It has made me think that being sequestered in the castle is not the best way to raise our rulers. You have saved us in more ways than I can count and taught us so much. Suino Sato has forever changed because of you. Thank you. Thank you for everything. So it is here that our grand adventure together draws to a close. I, however, would like to enjoy your company just a little bit longer. Please allow me to escort you to the gates. I would appreciate that. Thank you. We must return to the palace soon. Were the people to learn that the Ruby Princess left the palace, we were losing their trust. I mean, you're kind of walking about in the open here, so people are going to see regardless. I shall forever cherish my memories of our travels together. Whenever I look back upon them, they'll fill my heart with a serene happiness. You came far and braved the depths of the sea, all so that you might rescue a sleeping princess. The story has a familiar ring to it, does it not? Indeed, just as though with the tale of the fisherman, mayhaps someone somewhere has recorded our story too. Sadly, this is where I must part ways with you. It's time for me to return to the palace. Farewell, Samir. Farewell, Suino Sato. Or rather, until next time. With me to take her princess' place while she is away, I do not imagine it should be too hard for her to sneak out whenever she pleases. Even Shuyo-sa has difficulty telling us apart. All we need to do is exchange clothes and no one will be any wiser. To prove my point, here's a quick test for you. Look very closely and tell me, am I Kurenai or am I Husui? Is there a difference? Alright, so horns are exactly the same. The color of their lips are slightly different, I think. Oh my god, I don't know. Your Princess Kurenai. If you thought you could tell us apart by our clothes, you were mistaken. Just earlier we swapped guards and I am in fact Husui. What? Despite the numerous journeys we embarked on together, it seems that even you cannot tell us apart. What? Let me see, let's leave it like that. I think perhaps we have teased fair enough for one day. Oh, I hate the both of you. Just as you guessed, I'm the real Kurenai. I was always incredibly imperceptive. Just as you have guessed, I am the real Kurenai. You always were incredibly perceptive. Okay, shit, they were lying. Now, truly, this is where I must leave you. Life is a long and winding journey, and I am certain our paths will cross once again in the future. Until then, I ask that you keep on smiling and maintaining that wonderful disposition of yours. Fare thee well, my friend. Aw. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. And that's the end of the story. Bye! Aw. I actually have a little goodbye at the end of the thing there. That's kind of cute. Okay, I think I saw something pop up there. Just, not Sayo. No, not that one. Was it? I saw something pop up here, I think. No. I might look it up real quick just to make sure I don't miss it, because I definitely saw a change in the map just now, but I wasn't. It was on this. I couldn't quite tell. I saw it on both sides. No. No. Okay. All right, real quick. Alright, so follow-up quest. The seaweed is always greener. In Kurenai, Kojin Hireling. Okay. Okay, so the follow-up quest is actually in Kurenai. So let's go take a look at that real quick. And it should become immediately apparent which quest it is because it's an unlock quest. You'll see like the special symbol with the plus and all that. Supposedly. I don't see it, so that's a problem. Alright, but there's another quest that is as a prerequisite for this. So let me just take a look and see if I find it. Sidequests. Gairbania. Alright, so there should be one called None Raga's Reach. None Forgotten, None Forsaken, which I don't have. So we're missing that quest, but what's the prerequisite for this? Return of the Bull, which I just finished yesterday. So that means there's a quest in Raga's Reach that I haven't picked up yet? Right, so again, Return of the Bull was the quest I was talking about in streams before, that I said I know I had to complete a bit more of the story before some additional side content shows up. There it is, None Forgotten, None Forsaken. So that's the one right there. Why is it red? I don't know though. So let's go take a look at that real quick and see what requirement it is for me to actually... It's probably a up the land over the hand, like a crafting quest maybe? Yeah, because this just got unlocked, so yeah. Okay, I mean, let's just pick it up real quick. Let's just see what this is all about. I heard from Rowena that you're quite the artisan. If that's true, I've got a proposition for you. As I mentioned before, we'd like to think that our relationship with the people of the Reach is mutually beneficial. We create jobs and opportunities for people to live better lives. Perhaps you know Minago, one of the leaders of the Resistance? She not only agrees with what I said, but has taken personal interest in the collectibles trade. Right, okay, so this is the quest that unlocks the collectibles stuff here. Or the special ones that, right, there are some, so like in Heaven's Word, there's a certain person that you can, like, I showed off in like one of my earlier streams for this game. Like I was giving her items and she was helping out with the orphanage. I think this unlocks like, or this is a prerequisite before unlocking like some of the equivalent stuff for Stormblood here. The collectible market is an altogether different battlefield. Still, with the help of a few good crafters and gatherers, I'm sure she'll find her footing in no time. That's where you come in, if you want to, that is. Go and see if you're interested, or don't. Speak with Minago. Sure. So I don't plan on doing a lot of crafter gatherer stuff here, because honestly, I think it's a little boring in terms of just trying to show it off in terms of people and things like that. It's a grind, to be honest, and I don't have any plans to like for making stuff at the moment. Like right now, my biggest project I have that I'm doing is I have all this like materials here, and including some of the stuff over here that I'm using to get scripts, Skybuilder scripts in Ishgard to go get like some items and stuff that are available over there. And doing the crafting stuff there in Ishgard is like the best way to level up your stuff. So it's to help me level up my crafters really quick, but also to get the scripts so I can actually buy a lot of the stuff. I kept mentioning like, oh, I want the lean emotes. I have it already. I forgot that I bought it. It's like, these are some of the things you can buy, like emotes. There's some like hairstyles and things like that, and there's some like glamour gear and things like that you can buy. I didn't like equip or use them yet because I want to make sure I don't lose track of which things I bought already. So yeah, it's just, but it's like, I'm just gonna sit there and like, I'm gonna craft the same item like 20 times because I have all the materials I need to craft everything. That's why I have a ton of all these items here. And you know, the gathering process of all that was a pain in the ass too, over the course of like weeks, just going to the place and like that you get these and, you know, tink mining, you know, or, you know, using the botany and gathering the items and things like that. So it just takes a long time and it's not really all that entertaining in my opinion. So anyway, good to see you, Samir. If you're looking for Lise, she's right behind you. Oh, who told you I'd be interested in the collectible trade? I got some time to kill, nothing really going on at the moment, so yeah. I like to dabble in some artistry? Whatever. I'm surprised. I knew you were many things, but an accomplished artisan was not one of them. We would have been fools to turn you away when you offered to help the resistance, and it'd be a fool to do it now. You're probably wondering why I decided to try my hand at a different trade. Truth is, it's not for me, but for ones who couldn't be here today. The ones who aren't here to see what we've accomplished. A free Alamigo, a new beginning, a new future. After we defeated Xenos in the 12th, I thought long and hard about what I ought to do next. I was with the relatives of some of the dead in the recompense when I realized I lost comrades, but them? They lost husbands and wives, mothers and fathers, breadwinners. Every day would be harder than the last. We won them freedom, the freedom to be poor and die starving. Where's the justice in that? So I decided to do something about it. I established a fund for the widows and the orphans. One way of giving a little back in honor of those who gave us their all. There's just one problem. I don't know the first thing about making go. Other than soldering, my only other talent was hunting. Oh, soldiering, not soldering. That's two different things. I'll not raise more than a fraction of what I need to sell pelts. But when little Galliena told me about the collectibles and the prices people were willing to pay, I knew I'd find the answer. I'll not deny I got a lot to learn, but I'm ready and willing to give it my all. So what do you say? Up for helping me fill custom orders for a good cause? Of course, I'll not ask you to do it for free. You get your cut. Script's good with any of the house's people. Yeah, cool. Leave it to me. Cool. I've been wanting to do this because I like doing the collectible stuff for this. So, and it helps with a little bit extra story. So. Glad to have you on board. First order of business. I'm in the market for some Gaia Urbania souvenirs. Since the liberation of Alamigo, trade with other regions have been steadily increasing. Commodities people had struggled to get are easier to obtain, and people are getting a taste for more and more, Gridanians in particular. I got a feeling this is going to be the start of something special. Cool. Very cool. Alright, so we probably have the ability to kind of go to her. Yep, custom deliveries unlocked from Monago. Okay. I don't know why I didn't realize that before. Like, I saw it online. I was like, oh, okay, there's custom deliveries for, Can I see that relationship here? No, I don't think I can. There's custom deliveries for the other girl, and I'm forgetting her name right now, but for her, it was like the next person down the list was like, oh, there's Monago next. And Minago is like in Stormblood, and you have to do all these quests to unlock it. And I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. I won't worry about it until like way later because I'm still in Heavensward. And it never really clicked for me. I was like, wait, Minago? Which Minago are we talking about here? And I can't find her. Oh, it's fucking this Minago, duh. I'm stopping Minago on the 3 categories, so it's either you can do it as a miner, botanist, or a fisher. So you have to be, if you're level 70 or below, you'll be awarded experience points instead of white scripts. Information on the individual may be found in the following manner. Right, so you either craft these things, you can purchase the materials to make these. Right, and so there's just like before, there's a relationship kind of thing, and I definitely want to do that on my own. And you can do 6 deliveries per week, refreshes on Tuesdays. And yeah, either you craft one of those, or you find these fishes, and when you craft it, the higher the quality just correlates to collectability. It's something you do, and you can get yellow crafting or crafter scripts for these. Oh wait, why are these different? Oh right, I'm stupid. Oh, okay. I'm dumb. Wait, yeah, no, I was right. Miner, fisher. Oh wait, it's slightly different, I think. Right, I guess it's slightly different because there's this. All crafters can do this. Gathering, which is either miner or fishing, and then there's miner or botanist, and then there's fishing. Okay. So there's these 2 gathering ones, and then there's these ones. But you do whatever you want. You get the experience. You have 6 opportunities to give her stuff, so you do what you want. So okay, so that unlocks that, and that's done. So now if I go back to Kurenai, let's see if that quest pops up now. Holy. Okay, well there it is. That's the CBD is always greater. No, that's from the. Yeah, okay, never mind. Those are job quests that I unlocked earlier. Never mind about that. Okay. Anyway, so that's the one there that I wanted to do. So let's just go take a look. It might be another crafter quest, actually. If it is, that's fine. Just kind of pick it up. It unlocks something, so always nice to just unlock whatever we can. Okay, so what are hirelings eyeing you with an unconcealed interest? Beg your pardon, sir, but you are an adventurer, are you not? I approach you on the off chance that you are acquainted with one of your distinguished fellows, a great hero by the name of Samir the Knight. That's me, actually. What? You are none other than the legendary Samir the Knight, liberator of nations and scourge of the Empire. How kindly call me a guide to guide your steps this way. I have been tasked with finding you see, by the lady-in-waiting of Suino Sado. Oh, really? Okay. My Blue Heatherman and I are assisting with the good folks there in a certain endeavor, but they have been experiencing some difficulties. In seeking to address some difficulties, the lady-in-waiting wishes to entreat your aid. If you should be willing, I ask that you come to Tamamizu, where the lady awaits. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is definitely a follow-up in regards to that then. So it's either going to be Hisui or Kurenai, given that they said the lady in waiting, so this isn't a crafter quest though. They would have said that in the beginning. Alright, let's just switch over to this. Oh shit, it is a crafter quest. Never mind. I wasn't paying attention. Okay. Who the hell is this? Oh, I was like, wait, is that like a little kid? But no, it's a Lalafell. The big head, I was like, wait, what? Samir, I take it. Ah, you do have the heroic air about you. Kurenai, good to see you again, after so short of a time period. Samir, you came. Deep in my heart, I knew that you would, but I am no less glad for it. But what did you need me for? To spare you the confusion, it is I, Kurenai. As you will doubtless appreciate, it would not do for the ruby princess to be seen outside the palace, hence my current guise. Right, Hisui was dressed up as what the ruby princess was actually supposed to be wearing, so that, yeah, so. What brings you to Tamamizu then? There's something that I wish to achieve, for which the Kojin's home is an ideal venue. As well as you know, our people have long lived in isolation. I would change that. I would have us emerge into the outside world. Nice, okay. How do I convince of this, you may wonder. 'Twas none other than our journey together, Samir, that sowed the seeds in my heart. Such thing as I beheld and experienced, even as they filled me with awe, they made me keenly aware of of our own wants. In the past, Suino Sato engaged in limited trade with Doma, but that delicate tie was severed with the Imperial's violent arrival. Nowadays, a handful of necessities from Tamamizu is our sole link to the world beyond. But with the Imperial menace driven from Ruby Sea, I thought what better time to venture out of our little bubble once more. However, 'tis far easier said than done. Princess or no, you can't just go and change things as you please. They're hard-headed types who will fight both tooth and nail to keep things as they are, and you've got to win them over with little help from this adventurer here. That's about the short of it, Okay, who is this first? I have to say, it's nice to see an Eorzean face here at the bottom of the brine. Well met, adventurer. I am Sanana of the House of Splendors. Ah, okay. Oh, cool. Okay, yeah, you're... Heterochromia? Right? That's the right way to... Yeah. I always like seeing the dual color eyes there. It's cool. Permit me to introduce Sanana. She came to be with us after her ship foundered in a storm. Our people chanced to find her clinging to a flotsam and brought her to Suino Sato. I'd be fish fodder if they didn't appear when they did. And so, to repair the debt, I'm helping Kurenai with her goal of opening Suino Sato to the world. Sanana's insight has been most enlightening. In seeking to usher in a change, she recommends that we distribute among the citizens such articles from the surface as they will find useful in their daily lives. I thought to make my case only with words, but indeed, a practical item in the hands shall prove far more convincing than any argument I could concoct. If our people are made to know the benefits of trade firsthand, they shall be more willing to embrace change. With no rituals of import requiring the Ruby Princess's presence in the near future, I came to Tamamizu some while ago to commence our efforts. Alas, I regret to say we've yet to make any progress. Owing to the shipwreck, I've got no suitable wares on hand, and while the Kojin have been helpful, we're struggling to procure the kind of items needed in Suino Sato. That was when my thoughts turned to you, my friend. As a well-traveled adventurer, I believe we would benefit from your aid. And to my surprise and delight, not only was Sanana familiar with your name, she told me that you are possessed of skill that would indeed serve our cause. Anyone that's got anything to do with the house knows Samir. He's one of the best contributors on our roster. Now, while we don't have ready wares, we did manage to salvage some materials to help you along. Naturally, we don't expect you to work for nothing. In the house fashion, there'll be scripts in it for your troubles. So, you will help, right? Look, I realize the house has a reputation, but we're not all ruthless. Coin-hungry sorts. Not all the time, anyway. At the end of the day, we're just people, and like most people, we can be driven by altruism. And make no mistake, Suino Sato needs help. It might be as the place prides itself on self-sufficiency, but the reality is grimmer than it seems. Everyday folks there are pushed to the limits of survival, and some of them, well, some of them don't make it. It's not our intent to turn Suino Sato on its head. transform it into some bustling hub like Kurenai. But through trade, lives can be improved. Lives can be saved. You have my support with that. You have our eternal gratitude. The two of you standing with us here, there's hope yet for our people. Leave it to us. Well then, if it's decided, then let's all get to work. Haste is of the essence, if that isn't that right? Indeed. The season seems many of us struck down by a certain illness. We have not an ineffective treatment, and each year is inevitably claimed lives. While I'm no healer, judging by the symptoms, lacks of nutrition is a problem. In which case, I might know something that can prevent it. A fortifying tonic traditionally brewed in Gannha. Samara, we would be grateful if you could begin by supplying us with the Gannha remedy. The people are depending on you. Kind of like a flu, but like weirder thing with lack of nutrition. I don't know, because it's like a yearly thing. This is right. There was another custom delivery, Kurenai. Okay, the one I know of that's separate was one I was. I know where the person is, but it's not this person, or it's not Kurenai specifically. Okay, so what I'm curious about, do you give the same items? There's level 350 items. Do you give the same items that 330? Okay, number one is the no. The main hand? Yeah, primary tools. What? Oh, okay, so it's 350 items instead for the primary tools, but then also the secondary tools. Okay, got it. So level 350 item level gear for your crafters. Which would be nice to get. So these are where you're gonna get all your really good items for your crafters and gatherers. The only thing I'm curious about is whether or not. So I'm gonna go back to Raga's Reach here, and so again, the best thing here was 350. Are they dropping the same items? It's the same currency, just scripts. The person in particular that I was talking about is at Adelshire. There's a person there that I thought we can get unlocked in Stormblood here that we're at now. So crafter scripts, gear 2. Yep, same gear. So you can get the same items. You can just trade it wherever you want. While we're at it though, let's go take a look. So if we go to Adelshire, so there's all the stuff I'll do on my own. Well, we're unlocking it now. It's no big deal. That is not the thing. Okay, so our friend here. Let's go over there and take a look. I don't see a quest, so it's not unlocked. I'm gonna have to do some more research on how to unlock it. But I think at this point I've kind of unlocked everything I can for Stormblood and whatever else that can be done post content. This person can be unlocked for something as well, but I don't know where or how. Zloe here was our one for Heavensward that I was talking about here. So you can do the same thing. Yeah, crafter, gather, fishing. So it's exactly the same. I don't know why I thought differently. Okay, I'm gonna take a short break, and then we'll see about. I'm thinking we'll do the Bard questline here first. So here's the scavenging gear, level 70 gear. I need to replace this, but yeah, it's okay. I don't particularly. The weapon looks exactly like the one at level 50. Why is my... Okay. Right, so yeah, I'm gonna take a short break, stretch a little bit, get something to drink, and we are back, and we'll see how we can go through these. My hope is to get through these in a relatively good amount of time, and then at that point we'll take a look at the Hildibrand questline. See you in a bit. Okay, we're back. All right, welcome back. All right. Oh, click in the game here so I can actually move. Okay, there we go. All right, so like I mentioned, we're gonna do the job quest for Bard. Because I've reached level 70 here. I want to just kind of get those out of the way and make sure I get all my abilities if I want to use it. I don't really actively use this quest or this job. Again, it was kind of like I wanted to just see how ranged melee, ranged physical DPS worked, and if I like the job. I don't know if I really like it very much. Bard, out of all the class jobs I've played, I think Bard is definitely not my favorite. I think it had a very weak start. Like the first 50 levels is not that great. Once you get to level 60 though, you get a lot of good abilities, and then you can start doing some really cool combos and things like that. People say Dancer is really fun, so I'm gonna try all the classes at some point. I definitely think Samurai is a lot more fun to play with. That's for sure. So, all right, let's go do that. So we don't waste too much time. We're gonna go see our fellow Bard and initial master, and see what he has for us here. The last storyline, which is for Heaven's Word, had us working with another Bard. And an individual from the from Gridania, who is part of like the Heaven Spear group, right? There's a group that has like all the spears, and then there's a group with all the bows. I forget which one's which, but not the God's Quiver. I don't know, whatever. And so our journey kind of took us throughout a lot of the areas of Heaven's Word to kind of find something that would help make bards more, what's the word? I don't know. Like better in what they do, because their ultimate goal was or at least his goal, the guy, was to get bards to be more actively used in their armies and things like that, because you're essentially an archer at the base, but then there's a bunch of story involved with that. So, but we finished that storyline at least, and Jahentel here was the one who introduced us into becoming a bard to begin with, or we found him, and then through him we became a bard. So let's see what he has for us now. Those are the two I was talking about there. Eyes light up at the sight of you. Ah, my dear Samir, how good of you to pay me a visit. And a timely one at that. Our friend Sansan, with whom you journeyed, I met with him but recently, and it pleased me to say that his labors have finally borne fruit. Right, so Sansan was the one who was trying to get bards to be more involved in the armies and things like that. Because it's a beneficial thing for other units in the army and things like that. So, his proposal of a unit incorporating bards has received formal approval. Even as we speak, he is rounding up members for the unit's inaugural mission. Now, during our conversation, Sanson mentioned he had a favor to ask of you. In case you haven't heard from him, perhaps you should seek him out first. You'll like to find him at the Quiver's Hold. Okay. To Gridania, I guess. Oh, he came too. I wasn't otherwise engaged, so I thought I would have come along. Go on and see what his sentence requires of you. Samir, it's good to see you. Our hard work has paid off, my friend. I've received permission to establish my Bard unit. Moreover, we've already been assigned our first mission. I couldn't be more pleased, save for one practical concern. Our new recruits yet lack the experience to embark on an honest-to-God's mission. In seeking to fill our ranks, I immediately thought of you, Samir. You are an exemplary among bards, and I should be greatly heartened for your participation in our maiden outing. I've also taken the liberty of requesting Goidulat's transfer to the unit. With your combined experience and skill, we are bound to leave us a splendid first impression. Now then, I will go to receive my orders from Commander Hulex. May I assume that you will join me? May I say that I, too, have a vested interest in the young Samson's success. I should personally be grateful were you to lend him in your aid, Samir. Sure. Where's the Adder's Nest? Oh, right, the... If it isn't Samir, by all accounts you were instrumental in the success of Captain Smith's previous expedition. We're glad for your cooperation. Now then, allow me to brief you on the mission. Our order has received an anonymous letter, one that might make certain claims. We would have your unit verify the truth of it. Okay. There is a tome that holds a damning secret pertaining to the Autumn War. Should you desire it, send your most capable to the 9 Ivies. I will be waiting. The war was between Gridania and Alamigo, but that ended 100 years ago. I labor to imagine what secret could exist that should be so damning even now. Might this not be an ill-conceived prank, Commander? Our leadership believes it likely, to be sure, but it's not a risk they are willing to take. Nay, not with the winds of public sentiment blowing as they are. You all know that our order is involved in the Alliance's relief efforts for the recently liberated Alamigo. Wow, okay, so Alamigo's already liberated, and this is the level 60 quest? Like, that shouldn't be a thing, considering that you would potentially be doing this as you go through Alamigo. The Alamigo storyline. What? Well, there are those among the citizenry that disapprove, a small but determined faction that refuses to forget the wrongs of a century past. They still view Alamigo as the enemy, and ardently oppose our reaching out as a hand of succor. Now, potentially Incinerate can be allowed to stroke the people's discontent, and we must move quickly. Your mission is to make the contact with the letter's sender and ascertain the nature of the secret. You call that a mission? A bloody errand, more like. Couldn't be ours to handle it yourself, so that you foisted on the eager new unit. That's probably Gudulent. There he is. And if the secret proves inconvenient for Gridania, what then? We sweep it under the rug along with all the other hard work? Gudulent, mind your tongue. You are addressing a superior officer. Ah, so you're the famous Goidulet. Worry not, my friend. Whatever the secret turns out to be, I give you my personal assurance that you and yours will receive due credit for its discovery. That's good enough for me. I've been forever since me and Samir last performed together, and I just wanted to enjoy the moment. No complicating factors, you know? The Autumn War is an emotional subject for Gridanians, the older generations especially. And as for us bards, it is also notable for the involvement of singing archers. In the case of your mission, I dare say there will be much to reflect upon and many opportunities to grow. I wish the three of you the best of luck. Okay, the three of us are doing a mission again together, which is appropriate. Without further ado, let us make haste to the 9 Ivies before Goidulens can exercise any more indiscretion. Come on, we were all good before. Let's not get at each other's throats already. Okay, let's try to get through these here. Unless I'm mistaken, this is our mysterious sender. This our man, you reckon? Well, we're about to find out. Well met, friends. I am Norval, a humble citizen of Gannha, and I see you received my letter. We come as you bid. The tome, if you would be so kind. Ah, but I never said that I had it. And to be clear, I do not. What? Then why did you summon us here? Patience, my friends. I will explain. You see, like many Gannhians, I have an ancestor who fought in the Autumn War. It was he who first learned of the tome in question, after the fighting had ended. In turn, I learned of it from my parents, and since then I dreamed of poring over its pages. Alas, it lies deep within Alamigan territory. I was resigned never to have the chance. But then the brave soldiers of the Alliance took Belzer's Wall, and the way was made clear. When I heard the tidings, the flames of my boyhood passion were rekindled. Finally, I could fulfill my dream. Or so I told myself, before I thought better of it. I'm no soldier, you see, and the prospect of wandering a war-ravaged land in search of a tome is frankly unrealistic. That's why I decided to reach out to your order for cooperation. Based on my parents' account, I'm confident that I can track down the tome, and I'll help you find it. I ask only that you take me with you. So what say you? I'm but a commoner and know little ways of nations, but it seems to me such secrets as the tome concealed could be harmful to diplomatic relations. Is that not so? So if we wish to find the tome, we must agree to your company. Quite in demand to make of your nation. Heh, you got some stones, that's for sure. I like it. Are you serious? A civilian is essentially holding us at ransom, and you praise him for his stones. Look at it this way. We didn't know the tome exists, and nor have we the faintest where to look. Better to have help than to fumble about blind, I reckon. Come on, Samir, back me up here. Seems we have no choice, but sure. I suppose you have the right of it. Whether we like it or not, we would struggle without Norval's knowledge. Very well, we agree to your terms, and here is ours. You must obey our orders at all times. To the letter, sir. You shan't regret bringing me on. First, we'll make for Castle Marides, presently held by the Order of the Twin Adder. Thence we shall make our way into the unknown. Alright, let's go. I haven't messed with my harp in a while. Here we are, the easternmost reach of the 12th Wood. The journey has scarcely begun, but I'm already keenly grateful for your company, Samir. Soldiers from all nations, all in one place. A veritable goldmine of song and stories if I've ever seen one. The armies of 4 nations, united under one banner on one purpose. A sight to stir the spirit. Well, where to now? Pray do not be hasty, Master Sanson. Before we venture to the wilds of Gaia, we would do well to acquaint ourselves with the lay of the land. As a Serpent Captain, it would be a simple matter for you to secure permission for us to remain here, just long enough to get our bearings. I suppose it would only be prudent? I feel like he's gonna play us here, but sure. Very well, I request permission of command. And I'll get right to bonding with the locals. Always wanted to compare songs from the four nations, and a liquor besides. Master Guru is quite the character, isn't he? Yep, more of the same. Aye, that he is. Pray him no mind. Now then, I'll make my own inquiries. In the meantime, you are to lay low and refrain from bothering the garrison. Understood? Samir, Gudin and I shall tend to business here. Pray take your ease until we are ready to depart. Next quest is level 63. Sans that's with end with Norval already. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Norval might be even bigger pain than Goidland. Despite my express instructions to keep out of the garrison's way, what does he do but go and bother every single soldier about? And now everyone here looks at us as askance. I brought a tone to record mission details, so instead I'm filling it with the names of those whom I must apologize. I'm sorry if I've caused trouble, but it's simply more efficient that I make the inquiries myself. What a man says amounts to only half the story. How he says it gives you the rest. Besides, I felt compelled to make up for Master Goyland. All he seems to be doing was drinking and singing. While appearances can be deceiving with him, he has his own way of acquiring information. Speaking of which, I'm curious as to what he has learned. Samir, I might ask you to look around the cast room for him. I will keep a close eye on Norval in the meantime. Sans wants to know what I know, does he? Well, might be as I've learned a thing or two, but I ain't ready to share them yet. Still need to clear up some details, see? And I'm not one for unfinished tales. It ain't Bartley, as I'm sure you can appreciate. Seeing as you're here, though, there is something I could use a hand with. Of late, masked bandits have been terrorizing the area. Not even Alliance soldiers are safe, it seems. The brazen bastards set on a patrol just the other day. And now the Twin Adder scouts late to return, and chances are the bandits are at it again. I want you to go and check things out. I go myself, but I need to keep an eye on our friend Norval. He's been acting queer since we got here. There'll be more to tell you later, but for now, you'd best be on your way. The soldier was bound for Schism, the ruins to the northeast of here. Fair enough. Yeah, I figured he was a bit of a... He's playing us, in a way. We'll find out somewhere through the story, but... I'll give you guys a chance to kind of give up. No? Okay, bye. You're right, mate. Thank you. They fell upon me with an area warning. They knew I was coming. We alter our patrol routes on a regular basis, but they knew. What's more, it was as though they were barring my way. But now is not the time for speculation. I must take word of this back to my superiors. My thanks again, friend. Is our friend here snitching to bandits and the whatnot? More than likely. Guido refuses to say a word until you return. I tell myself he has his reasons, but God, it's irritating. I ask you, how is a man supposed to go about his business when he is constantly watched? And I merely wish to be helpful. Yeah, you're sketchy, dude. Just gonna say it. There you are, Samir. So what happened? Was it the bandits after all? Masked bandits in the area, and you had an encounter with them. Thanks to mention, you did not come to harm. Good. Why did you not see to feature this with us? Well, I knew it was nothing Samir couldn't handle alone. Besides, I had some business of my own, someone to keep an eye on. I cannot imagine who that might be, Master Goylet. I owe you an apology. I had assumed in error that you were not doing your work. Unorthodox though your methods may be, there is no doubting their efficacy. Ain't no trick to what I do. Everyone's got a song what's close to their heart, and with a bit of camaraderie in their cups, they tell you what it is. Then I strum them their song over heart to heart, is all. Thanks to Gannha, we were able to learn of recent incidents, so I ask you, will you not have a little faith in us? I'm not certain I understand. Look, Norval, we've made a stop here at your request, that we might gather information for our search. But not once did you tell us what it is we should look for. By now, we have more than a solid grasp of the region beyond. What should we do next? Oh my, did I neglect to tell you? My profoundest apologies. The tome we seek is said to rest in a place connected to Hildibrand, the general who led the Almegan forces during the Autumn War. Now that you mention it, the masked bandits appeared on the way to Schism, and Hildibrand was known devotee of the Fist of Rager. Just taking a wild stab here, but might be as though they're also after the tome. An unsettling notion. Should that be the case, we haven't any time to waste. I'll go and make some inquiries immediately. Wait, I didn't give you permit. Leave him. There's nothing you two need to know. There's something you two need to know. I got this from a soldier, but Norval's been sneaking outside the castrum while our back's been turned. Bastard's been acting right fishy since we got here, and he tensed up good when the subject of the masked bandits came up. Whatever his true motives might be, we must bring them to light, rather than reel him in. Let us give him some line to act. There's no telling what Norval will do next. While we keep watch, please see that you are ready to deal with anything. Okay. Why is he... He's sus. Whatever shenanigans Norval's up to, we're gonna find out. Alright, 65. Let's do this one next. Yeah, got 2 hours. Okay. We've continued our surveillance of Norval's activities. It's beyond a shadow of a doubt that he has an ulterior motive. In order to find the tome, it's past time we took our search to the field, but always he finds an excuse to stall. Whenever I suggest investigating this ruin or that, he will inevitably claim we haven't enough information. It's a claim he doesn't want us out there. Nay, Bastard wants all that's outside goodness for himself. But try as we might, he wants all that outside goodness for himself. But try as we might, we haven't been able to find out where he sneaks off to. Where than a bird, that one. Meanwhile, the masked bandits continue to ambushing Alliance patrols, and there's always know exactly where and when to strike. It's as though they have insider knowledge of patrol routes. The only explanation besides there's a mole in the garrison leaking them intelligence. And who could that mole be save for Norval? Every move of his marks him as a prime suspect. We know little and less of Norval's plot, but it can only lead to ill. We must needs bring it to light, and swiftly, before he can do any more harm. To that end, Gudjant and I have been keeping Norval close, allowing him no chance to act. Right now, he will be possibly itching to rendezvous with his accomplices. And this is where you might come in, Samir. We need you to feed Norval some false information. That I am in an alliance meeting and Goylant's a drunken stupor. Our man will not pass up the chance to sneak out, and he is like to do so with great haste than usual. This will afford us an opening to shadow him to his destination. Drunken stupor, really? Not so flattering, I know, but you cannot deny that it's believable. Now then, Samir, pray go to Norval and plant our misinformation. Once you have done so, come and meet us outside the castrum. At least these two are working together quite well now. They still kind of jab at each other, but it's used to be a lot worse. Both of them are unavailable, and there I was ready to strike out the trail after, of a promising lead. Well, disappointing though it is, the search will have to wait. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some business to attend to. It worked, my friend. Norval rushed out of the castle not a moment ago. He was headed east towards a ruin called Gyre Kahim. Gudlin trails him even as we speak. Come, let's join the chase. Brr. What is he up to? Is he over there? I don't see him. Usually in a case like this, you actually can see them in the sort of like the background, like. Okay, that's fine. Let's see how this plays out. It's a good old-fashioned tryst. Let's have us a peek, shall we? We have him, my lord, turned up among his retainer's possessions. At long last, Gilbard's journal, and not a moment too soon. I just about outstayed my welcome at the garrison. When that adventurer caught us falling upon the patrol, I had feared that the game was up. But thankfully, the other two were blind fools. All this time watching me, and they didn't see a thing. We only skimmed the tone, but it seems you were right about what happened to Lord Vane Shellon. Was there ever any doubt? Once we return to Gannha and make this knowledge public, none shall harbor so much as a shred of sympathy for Alamigo. It shall pave the way for us to propagate Lord Valchin's will and advance our agenda. Alas, we've uncovered Norval's purpose. The tome is right before our very eyes, no less. Commander Heller spoke of a faction that vehemently opposes our aiding Alamigo. I dare say we found them. How did Norval come to lead such a crew? And what is his talk of Vainshalam? What, the Guardian Journal sung about in nigh 100 songs? Who led our forces against Gilbard in the Autumn War? Only to die of an illness before the fighting was ever over. Aye, the very same. Having lost his leadership, we would have lost the war entirely had the other nation not come to our aid. Don't know about the rest of you, but it seems to me our damning little secret pertains to Vainshalam. And Norval seeks to use this to stoke the fires of anti-Alamigan settlement to some sinister end. This cannot be borne. We cannot let them have the journal. Are you with me? Alright folks, the jig is up. We cannot allow you to have that tome. How did you... No matter. You'll not stand in the way. Just kick their asses. You're not going anywhere, dude. How many prints have you got? Let's take care of these guys first. Is he using a limit break? Holy shit. Where comes this power? Yeah, that's just full of surprises. Get out of there, dude. Wait, oh, okay. I didn't mean... I was like, why is that not... like... You guys are a lot stronger than he let on. Perhaps you're not such blind fools after all. Well, take your journal. Aye, take it, read it. Know the vile crime the Alamegans committed against Lord Vainchilon, against my own blood. You see the folly of aiding such honorless people. What do you mean your own blood? Oof, that graphics. Did I miss here? Did he just say that Vainchilon was his ancestor? Aye, that's what it sounded like. Vainchilon, the folk hero loved by all, celebrated in countless songs, and that pain in the rear is his descendant. Never would have guessed, and he wrote. We got bigger concerns. Let's see what this musty old tome's hiding. To Vainchilon, I extended an invitation to negotiate peace. The meeting must be in secret, I explained, for not all of my officers share my views. My opponent accepted and arrived at the appointed hour. Peace? Everyone knows there was no peace. There weren't no peace on offer. What the hell is this about? Wait, it continues. Without suspicion, he took his seat, and without suspicion, he drank the poisoned wine. The effect was swift and sure, and within moments, the man lay dead at my feet. Wait, Vainchilon was murdered by poison? To this day, Lord Vainchilon remains an object of worship among many Gridanians. Were they to learn of this, it would pose a serious and ongoing impediment to diplomatic relations. There's no denying that some Alamegans did some terrible things in the past, but what Norval's trying to do ain't no better. Might as be as he's after the truth, but nothing good will come of this, and certainly not any decent songs. The truth? Tell me, Goidlin, when we surrender this journal to our superiors, what do you think they would do with the knowledge? The seed seers aside, I reckon the brass hats at the Adder's Nest would want to cover it up. Bury it nice and deep and pretend it never existed. Aye, nor would I put it past them to exploit the knowledge to gain leverage in dealings with Alamigo. But whatever they may do is none of our concern, is it? Duty compels us to hand the journal over to headquarters. You're the leader of our merry band, Sensen, and duty compels me to obey your orders. Shite though they often are. You decide whether we hand over the journal or not. Gordon wouldn't trust the decision to me, but what of you, Samir? I mean... You are the leader of the bunch. You are a commander in this case, so... Not to drop it all on you on this, but I think we should also agree. I think we all should agree on this. Majority rules kind of thing. No, forgive me this unseemly display. Gulin has the right of it. As a leader, mine is the burden of the decision. At any rate, this isn't the place for moral dilemmas. Let's get ourselves back to the castrum before Norval and his mates decide they want to have another go. He has disappeared somewhere in the castrum, giving me room to ponder matters I should in doubt. I've since read through the journal, and I'm afraid there's no two ways about it. He summoned Vainchilon under the pretense of peace, and then slew him with poison. However, one mystery remains. It appears one of Vainchilon's sons was present at the fateful meeting. Landrenal was his name, and he narrowly escaped with his life. But instead of crying bloody murder, he announced that his sire had died of illness. Here is a man who witnessed his own flesh and blood slain, and in the most underhanded manner, yet he concealed the truth? Why did he do this? I do not understand. But it avails us not to agonize over the motives of those who lived in the past. Nay, our quandary concerns the future. For the future of both nations, the truth is best kept buried. No good can come of digging it up. 'Tis crystal clear what must be done. And yet, though my mind sees the logic, my heart rebels against the idea. Forgive me, Samir. It seemed I require more time to think on it. Okay. I'm wondering how this will play out, because, like, I imagine there's a side, and he's very clearly just stated, like, there's a side to us that we don't know. And I wouldn't be surprised if, like, the Alamegans know about this too in some way or fashion. So, and it's like, oh, there's this? Okay, yeah, I mean, we kind of know the story. It's no big deal. We're not going to act on this. It's... I don't know. That's kind of where my brain is at the moment, something along those lines, but... Alright, we got 2 more quests here. Let's do them. This instant we had the journal to headquarters. The truth of the death is all but guaranteed to be struck from history. I thought too long and hard on a course of action, what we should do with the tome, and I believe I'm drawing closer to an answer. Before I make my decision, however, I would ask your honest opinion. Do you think the sordid truth of the Autumn War should be made public knowledge? Even should it jeopardize our relations with Alamigo? I think I was thinking we don't know enough yet. We need to ascertain its credibility. Verily, a sound choice demands a sound grasp of the situation. As ever, you are an island of calm reason amidst a sea of chaos. Thank you, Samir. As a leader of our unit, I am now ready to make my decision. Let us find good in it. He will wish to hear it too. Yeah, we need all the facts. I say we find out more about it, and if we can come to the full truth, then yeah, then we can make an educated decision about it. So you made your mind then about what do we do with the truth? I have. I shall go to Adder's Nest and entrust the journal to our superiors of care. Above all, we cannot allow it to be used as an instrument of hatred. Having said that, neither will I stand for the truth to be erased. I'll oppose any attempt to do so with all my being. I'm not sure I understand. What do you mean to do exactly? I will hand over the journal on the condition that the truth be revealed one day, when the people are ready to accept it. Call me indecisive, but I cannot bear to see the tome misused, nor the truth willfully buried. Well, look at you, Sanson. Sanson the Stiff standing his ground. Goes without saying, but I'm with you, Chief. Ain't no one gonna exploit or erase history on my watch. Thank you, my friends, for trusting in me. Don't let it go to your head, though, eh? Had your decision not been to my liking, I would have knocked you flat in your arse and resigned from your swimming unit. So much for you decide. You never change, Gwyneth. Captain Sanson, right? Sinfil asked me to pass his letter to you. Must be the people we're just dealing with, most likely. This is from Norval. The journey is yours to do as you wish, but ere you take it away, I would speak with Samir, and Samir alone, one last time. I await you in Dimwold, by the Percipient one. Oh, this reeks. Tell me it don't. But if this is a trap, why would Norval ask for the strongest of all of us? He may truly have something important to say. Conversely, it would also offer us a chance to convey our intent. I am loath to expose you to danger, my friend, but will you go to this meeting? I don't like the idea of you going alone, but that defeats the purpose of the meeting. At the first sign of danger, though, get out of there fast, right? Do they seem ballsy enough to try to take me on by myself? They think they think that I might, if they take me out, then they can kind of get what they want, I guess. Are you stupid enough to actually try? I don't know. Well, I'm here. Of course, they're gonna attack me. You guys gotta try a lot harder than that. Wait. Oh, speak. Okay. Yep, they tried to ambush me. Oh, they probably try to separate us. And they're get them aside, get me aside, and then while those two are alone, they're gonna jump those two. That's basically what's gonna happen here, I bet. Watch. But they're inside the cast room though, so I don't know how they would get ambushed. These two are like knocked on their feet. Where's Sanson? Oh, you're back. But where's Sanson? Another letter. Goddamn it. Okay. Another letter arrived right after you left. Asked for him to come as well. You're really alone then? Swimey, you were just the diversion. Sanson was the real target. I thought it'd be alright seeing as you'd be there, but I should have gone as well. God strike me down for a fool. If you didn't see Sanson, they must have nabbed him on the way to Dimwold. Come on, we have to find him. Sanson's book was lying here. They left the message in blood. Goddamn murmurs. We have your friend. We will send our price to the Outer's Nest. The horseman can take his ransom and shove it up his arse. We're gonna storm their hideout, term all new ones from Free Sanson. You must keep calm. Damn it, Simmer, how can you always be so calm? It's downright contagious. And you're right, of course. If we charge in, we'll be putting Sanson at risk. We need help if we're gonna save him. Come on, let's hurry back to Gridania, to the Outer's Nest. Back we go. Okay. I just reported the situation. They're gonna call a meeting to talk strategy. As for the journal, I'm still holding on to it. Told them it's for the chief to hand over. They were not too pleased fancy that. You see, unlike our friend Sanson, I don't have much faith in the Order. Don't trust them to act in our best interest. The journal's our bargaining chip, not only with them, but with Norvals besides. It would be good to bring our old gentleman into as well. He'd want to know, and might even have some sage advice to share. But for now, we sit tight. Wait and see where the Order and Norval will do. And then we plan plan some doings of our own. Till then, rest up and save your strength, Samir. We're gonna need it. And then level 70 quest. So this gives me. Oh, okay. So I should have looked at my traits. I didn't even realize. I was like, is this an upgrade to the straight shot? And yep, sure enough. So it's just a more powerful straight shot, which is nice. So Let's accept it. The man has just arrived at the Adder's Nest. In exchange for Santa's freedom, we're to release the contents of the journal to the public. Bastard won't be satisfied until all Kurenaians hate all Megan's guts. The brass hats are delivering a course of action as we speak. Not much we can do but wait. Command has made its decision. You will not wish to hear this, but the order rejects Norval's demands. He and his band are to be summarily eliminated. What? Hold on just a second. You won't even try to negotiate Santa's release? As a nation, we cannot bow to the acts of intimidation. I'm afraid negotiation was never an option. And here I must repeat the order for you to relinquish the journal at once. So what you're saying is you're abandoning Santa. You're going to let him die. He's the great Vancian hero of all Gridanians, but you won't even lend an ear to his descendant. Oh no, instead you choose the easy way out. Just kill everyone, even your own man. Wash away all the blood from past the blood. Just to be clear, I ain't siding with Norval. There's no excusing his method. But there's no excusing yours either. It's bullshit, that's what it is. Yeah, he asks, we've been working together for a while now, mate. Don't do this. Now, pray do not be so quick to despair, for I was simply relaying the outcome of the commander's deliberation. A deliberation in which the elder Seed Seer had no part. Oh? As you say, Gorillon, the orders are bullshit. Not the words I would have chosen, but you speak the truth nonetheless. And I, for one, have no intention of abiding by them. Really? The decision was largely influenced by a small handful of our leadership, and not the boldest handful, if I may add. It is plain from the fact that they did not think to bring the matter before the elder Seed Seer. Captain Smith is a dear comrade, like you. I would spare no aid in any effort to rescue him. I am pleased to say that we are not alone in this sentiment. As a matter of fact, I have already reached out to my Lancer and Archer acquaintances, and they stand ready to aid our cause. Oh, now we're talking. There's still hope for you, Order, if it has good blokes like you, Vorsi. I would thank you not to call me that. Now, the Order will move as soon as they ascertain the enemy's location, so time is of the essence. Guidon, pray take word of these developments to Jehento. Meanwhile, Samira, I need you to bear word to two guildmasters, Lucian and Yuane. Leave it to me, I got it. Tell them that the time is nigh, and pray return here swiftly. Aw, snap. Shit is about to go down. Alright, first the start of the Archers Guild. What was the name of the... Hello, Silver. Good to see you again, you dick. Okay, yeah, so God's Quiver is the name of that faction of the military here. So time is nigh then. Very well, we shall make ready to depart at once. When the call came, full many here offered their bows. There's not a soul here who knows not of you and Gentle and Judulant. Together let us rescue Sense and being as I was officially an archer here for the quest line I'm doing here, then yeah, they all know me, so. Alright, so then the Lancers. What is the group name here? I don't remember. And this is like one of the main military groups here, or the main one, I think, out of the two, I think. They have a thing here. Oh wait, no. I don't know. I haven't really done the Lancer thing yet, so I don't know. Vorsail has briefed me of the situation. Sanson once trained in these very halls, and I should like to hear his excuse for being captured so easily. At any rate, you may count on our lances. That Sanson is one of our own is reason enough. The reason comes from both you and my longtime friend Vorsail himself. This request comes from both you and yep. So it kind of assumes that you've had experience with working with both of these people as well, you know. There you are, and not a moment too soon. Things have begun to move. Our scouts report that Norval and his band has since returned to the Twelveswood. They have made their lair in the North Shroud, near to the shards of Dulmod. Okay, cool. Even as we speak, the Order mobilizes a unit for an assault. We must be there ahead of them. Set out at once and make for the first for the Elder Springs. I shall instruct the others to join you there. I'll remain here to stall our forces as long as I can. Godspeed. Yeah, the one of the shards of Dulmod is here, and that happens to be the same location where we enter it for the second time. For the binding coil of Bahamut. Oh, that's a oh right, that's okay. So that's one of that's the new mount that you can buy from the store now. That came out with the fan festival thing here. And it's a 8-seater, I think, something like that. I don't know. And there's the second coil of Bahamut. That's where you enter from, at least. Whew, we're head of the Twin Adder crew. Let's keep it that way and get right to work. Our guild friends will take down the sentries and secure the area. We're free to get close to Norval and give him the thrashing he deserves. Alright, let's fucking do it. Well, I was not expecting you to. Here to deliver the Gridanian's answer, are we? You wish it, Craven Whoreson. Whatever your demands are, it ain't got nothing to do with us. So you're acting alone. I thought you had some wits. Or do you care that little for your friend? Kill Sanson before you get your answer and all deals are off. Everything you worked up for are up in smoke. Or do you care that little for your goal? You may have some wits after all. But clever though your ploy may be, have you the strength to back it up? Oh, you don't you worry on that score. We're gonna knock you around so hard, all the scales will fall from your eyes. And if that ain't enough to make you see clearly, I'll even slap in a song. Something lively to wake you up from your misguided beliefs. You know it. Yeah. And I love that they're playing the binding coil music here too. Alright, let's take care of the They're strong, but I cannot fall. Not until my goal is resolved. My goal is resolved. Oh, he got scared, I'll give him that. But so do we, and we ain't gonna take it lying down. Time to fire things up with a song. Detestable noise. Huh, I can't move. Break me out of this, Samir. Oh. I owe you one. What's this now? Keep your guard up. Spread out, he'll skewer us both. I don't know what I was doing. It seemed like it was a cone with us at the edges of the cone. I don't. That's what it looked like to me, but I don't know if that's the case. Yeah, he took his base here at the entrance of the binding coil here, which is an interesting place to be, but sure. Want to run away, huh? Well, guess what, friend? Leader of the Lancers Guild, too. Why? Why do you not understand? Why do you not see the Alamegans for the filth they are? Let each spear be thrust for everlasting peace. Let each arrow be loosed for the forest and the trees. And the... Oh, that song, how do you know it? I didn't get to read the whole thing. Why did it auto-run there? It literally auto-played. God damn it. I want to know what the fuck that said. I didn't even, like, that, it bothers me now. It's fucking irking me now. 14. Bard. I don't know the name of the quest now, so it's... Here it is. Okay. Let each spear be trussed for everlasting peace. Let each arrow be loosed for the forest and the trees. And the greatest rule of all, for all men to embrace. Let each life be lived, for smiles on each face. I like how that rhymes and stuff. That's really cool. I like that, actually. How do you know it? I learned it just recently, with a spot of help from Gentile here. He showed me Vainchan's grave, which I understood your family had been tending for generations. The song was engraved on the headstone. It's a fine piece. It ain't hard to see why your ancestor loved it. Taking up arms that we might have peace, so the words go. Words that come from Vainchan himself, as a matter of fact. The Autumn War gave birth to a good many anthems, and a good many of them borrowed his words. Take a look, and you'll notice a reoccurring theme. Peace and harmony. How dare you preach to me of my ancestor? For generations, my family has sought justice for Lord Vainchan. You couldn't possibly comprehend our pain. Not perhaps, but I dare say your great-grandsire, Lord Landerel, could comprehend it better than any man. He witnessed his own sire murdered before his eyes. He knew the painful truth, yet chose to keep it secret. Why was this, do you suppose? It was because he knew that, above all else, his sire desired peace. Had it been made known that their hero was struck down by treachery, ordinary Gridanians would not have been satisfied with protecting their homes. They would have demanded justice. They would have demanded blood. The war would have raged on, leaving yet more death and destruction in its wake, and the peace that Lord Vainchan dreamed of would have gone up in smoke. Knowing this, Lord Landerel Smear me your lies. Lord Vangeline desired Almiga's destruction. You cannot tell me otherwise. Tell me, young man, did it not strike you as odd that I knew of Lord Vangeline's grave, which your family has kept secret all these years? The explanation is simple. I had the honor of knowing Lord Landrenel. Like you, he admired Lord Vangeline and everything he stood for. And what he stood for, first of all, was peace and harmony. If you would honor both their memories, you would do well to honor these ideals. No, this can't be. My ancestors despised Almegans. Yes, they all did. If not, everything I've labored for, all the blood and tears, have been for naught. I ask that not that you forgive, but know that neither will we forget. When the time is right, I'll see to it that all know of Lord Vangeline's great sacrifice. This I swear in Nofika's name. I ask only that you believe, as your ancestors fervently did, in a brighter future, one of our own shaping, undarkened by shadows of the past. Well, that's that. I send the others back. We can deal with the rest ourselves. Worry not, Samira. I'm quite well. Thanks to you and Guidlet, it ended with only a few cuts and bruises. But ere I may rest, I must see to one last task, making good on my promise to Norval. Come, let us return to the Adder's Nest. Cool. Let's talk to the commander here. My apologies for keeping you waiting, Commander. I have Gilbard's journal with me, and I will surrender it on one condition. Once the veracities of the tome's contents are ascertained, the Order must make the truth public knowledge when the time is right. Of this we are of mind, Captain Smith. Not only will I relay your terms to our leaders, I'll speak strongly in favor of them. But know that mine is but one voice, and more shall be needed if we are to strengthen our cause. As such, you must rise through the ranks swiftly to stand with me. Stand with you? I fear it will take a while to attain that honor. To be fooled and taken captive so easily, I am still green as summer grass. It is true that the success of this mission is owed much to Samir, and you would do well to give him your profuse thanks. However, I suggest that you also give yourself more credit. You have much to learn, but you will learn them in good time. This time you were faced with numerous trials, yet did you not accomplish your mission in spite of them? Aye, listen to Vorsi. We came back with the tome. No one can say we didn't do our jobs. Look at you, a bit of praise and you're stunned marmot. That won't do it all. If you're going to shape the future of our nation, you're going to have to shape up. You're right, Goodlet. From leading our units to fulfilling my promise to Norval, much rests upon my shoulders. Come what may, I will ever stand tall in Fort John. Samira, I must not need to go file my report. But ere I leave, allow me to offer you my heartfelt thanks, not only for your invaluable aid, but for being an example to me. By following your lead, I shall strive to become the best leader I can be. That my unit's song might one day serve to rouse all of Gridania. No problem, mate. And off he goes. Good that he's hale and hearty at any rate. I'll stick with Samson for a while, make sure he doesn't tear any open and use stitches. In the meantime, would you go and let Gentle know that we've returned? I'll be along myself soon enough. But speaking of the old man, to think that he knew of Vengelin's son. You don't get that age and not rub shoulders with a legend or two, eh? Sure enough. Quarry mill. Hey, so this is all the things that happened and blah 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 blah. I see. My thanks for bearing word. Though Samson and Gwydion may not have endeared themselves to be twin out our leadership, they have found a stout ally in Commander Helix. I must say, it truly stirs the spirit to see the younger generation blaze the new path. And I pray that Norval too will find his own path to walk, one that is paved not with hatred but with hope, that leads to peace both in the world and in his heart, is what his ancestors would have wished. In him I see them, and it calls to mind my days spent learning bow and song under his great-grandsire, a kindly old man who tirelessly tended his father's grave, never forgetting the ideals he stood for. Somewhere along Lord Vainshillin's line, those ideals had faded away, but thanks to you and yours, they may yet be restored, and made bolder still by a true remembrance of the past, and the world shall be a better place for it. Cool beans. The fervent desire to aid your cannons waits a new melody within you. Da-da-da. This concludes that. Get Shadowbringers. Finish the role quest, Cards Born of Fear. And once you've done so, the next Bard quest will be available from Gentinel. Cool. There you go. And we got a nice new thing here. So, yep, Storyteller. So, let's actually see how this looks like. In particular, like this gear here, it's the best thing for level 70 at the moment for me, but I don't particularly care for it. I really liked how my old outfit looked. It's like flashy and like, you know, the bard is kind of like flamboyant in a way, right? So let's see, yeah, more antiquated stuff. Okay. Oh, I'm already seeing this and it looks like very similar to, older bard gear. Don't need to worry about the belt because the belt doesn't have a visual thing, so don't worry about that. Antiquated Storyteller. This has a weapon too, right? Still not. Yeah, they're all called antiquated, so it's actually kind of helpful in determining what's what. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's very similar to older bard stuff. You got the feathered cap and things like that. Let's actually get a little bit more light here. It's a little bit dark in this area, but yeah, I kind of like it. It's flamboyant in a way, but I like having my hair shown, so you got the patterns and the colors, and I actually kind of like it a lot. So definitely use this as my new bard thing, glamour. And I definitely like this bow a lot better than the one I had previously, because it's very similar to the Ironworks. Wait, was it Ironworks? The Magitech gear that you can get at level 50. So this one is not so much. I like it a lot better. It's like a compact bow, or compound bow rather. Cool, very cool. And I like the arrowheads; those are cool looking. and the things there. All right, cool, sweet deal. I need to put those in my my glamour box. Okay. So with that, we're good with Bard for the time being. How we're doing on time? We got a little bit less than a little bit more than an hour, rather, left. So with that, I think it's time that we actually get into the Hildibrand storyline. So we'll be starting the beginning of the Heaven's Word story for the Hildibrand quest line. And yeah, it should be fun. I really like the Hildibrand storyline. It's funny, it's slapstick humor kind of thing. So yeah, should be fun. Let's, and since it's gonna be a level 50 through 60 kind of thing, most likely, I can use a different quest or a different job to do it, so at least the experience going to it is not wasted per se. But real quick, let me just go do this now because it's on my mind to do it. So, oh come on. Okay. Grab my clamor prisms. Okay. So real quick, let's just do this. We're gonna take the thing here. We're gonna take the antiquated fail knot, which just looks really fucking cool. And then antiquated storyteller. We'll just put them all away because I'm not gonna wear it. Antiquated storyteller thing, and then the antiquated storyteller gloves. And then legs and feet, antiquated storyteller bottoms, and the boots. Our do. And then if we go to our bard thing here, so this was the level 60 gear that they gave us for the job specifically. But now we can do. Yes, that's what I was saying. Like, all these gears are usually very colorful and like the jewels and things like that. So very similar style, different colors and stuff. But Bard Archer, there we go. So we'll do that. Okay. And the headpiece, well, I think I'm not gonna even bother because yeah, we'll not bother with that. Do I want glasses though? Nah. For this class, no glasses. And the bow. Definitely put the bow. Nah. Okay, there we go. That's all set. Oh, and I never set the thing for this, surprisingly. Sweet. Okay, so for the purpose of the Hildibrand story here, let's see which one we'll do. I was working on Samurai. Makes sense. I'll just do that. It's supposed to be level 50 to 60, so like, yeah, that's the class I'm just currently working with, so might as well just stick with it. Why didn't my... Oh, right, the stuff I have, I can't apply the glamour because I'm not high enough level for some of the gear that I have the glamour on. Forgot about that. Okay. All right, so I know where the quest is. So last thing with this was we had kind of a little bit of a weird goodbye with Hildibrand because he found this kind of sword, and he was supposedly like this the person who's supposed to use it, yay, like in terms of like a legend or something, and he ends up just going flying off into the distance with this sword, which I don't know how the sword managed to do that to him, but whatever. He went flying off and like, oh god, we have to go find him, but we have no idea where he went. Oh well, we'll see you next time. So the person that Nashu here was the person who was accompanying Hildibrand's assistant here. So this is the beginning of the Hildibrand story quest line here. The gentleman falls rather than flies. So yeah, they're trying to find him at this point. So as you catch sight of Nashu, you can't help but wonder if you're about to have a bad time. Because apparently hanging out with Hildibrand here is fun. Well, be Samir the Knight in the flesh. A pleasure to see you again. Wait, is this what you call serendipity? It is, isn't it? That settles it. You got to help me find the inspector. Cora, I was hoping you would silently agree. So I've been trying to calculate the trajectory of the inspector took when he was catapulted into the sky again. I checked my figures and concluded he must be landing somewhere here in Ishgard. Unfortunately, the investigation hasn't been proceeding as smoothly as I'd hoped. But now you're here, we're sure to make some progress. Come, let's speak with the merchants to see if anyone hasn't had any dealings with a gentlemanly Highlander. Sure. So we're back in Heavensward now. I'm gonna take another short break here real quick. I just need to handle something real quick. Be right back. All right, we are back. Let's do this. Has anyone seen Hildibrand at all? Gentlemanly Hildibrand, you say? Highlander, you say? My apologies, but I cannot say I have any dealings with a man as you describe. Gentlemanly is not the best. Wait, oh, this quest is level 60, so that's actually kind of. Good morning to you, sir. Oh, are you looking for someone? And gentlemanly Highlander. I know not this man who you speak, but mayhaps Mistress Elise knows. She is well acquainted with rather a lot of merchants and noblemen. I sold my fair share of goods to Highlander adventures, but I've not described such clients as particularly gentlemanly, I'm afraid. Let's see what Elise has to say. She's the kind of proprietor of the markets here. As ever, warm welcome to you, sir. How may I be of service? A gentlemanly Highlander, you say? Now that I think of it, I heard tell of a foreigner who may be the man you seek. Begging your pardons, miss. Did you just say you know Inspector Hildibrand? An acquaintance of yours, I presume? I don't know his name, only that he is here by invitation of Lord Eldmont, or so is rumored. Surely, as a ward of House Fortunes, would be a trifling matter to go and ask him after him at the manor. To Fortunes Manor. God, I haven't been to the Fortunes Manor in a while. Well, Masters the Knight, do you require assistance? As you say, at this time, Lord Elmond is entertaining a foreign guest. Possibly. If I'm not mistaken, this meeting should be ending shortly. If you like, you may retire to the gazebo and wait for our guests to depart. Aren't those dangerous? Then again, you seem the reason responsible sort, not like the wild gazebo run amok. Well, we humbly accept your offer. That's not what you think it is. If he waits up, I'll have you there to protect me. That's not... Okay. Ooh, with powerful magic, they tame this dread fiend. That's... Ugh. Girl... These, Hildibrand and her are dumb as rocks. Must be the inspector. Hopefully. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Count Edmund and Fortunes. Good man. I cannot well imagine how arduous your journey must have been. Truth to be told, I found the brisk Corthan air to be rather invigorating. It stimulates to both body and mind both. A welcome benefit for when one must discuss matters of commerce. I dare say we would not have accomplished so much otherwise. This is not Hildibrand. No way it's Hildibrand. There you are, Inspector. I've been looking all over for you. It's Godbert. I say, who do you see? Who do I see before me? Not one, but two of my beloved son's faithful companions. Lord Godbert, but I thought... Hildy, in Ishgard? This is the first I've heard of it. Aha! I found you at last, heretic. Who are you pointing to? Yes, you, the hulking brute with the mad gleam in his eye. Your brazen heresy is plain for all to see. Surrender yourself to the Inquisition at once. I beg your pardon. This man is an olden merchant, here at the behest of House Fortunes. Such baseless accusations will not be tolerated. I guess of House Fortunes, then he couldn't possibly... You were saying, mate, that there were those two wards that... But they were acquitted of all charges in trial of combat, and if he demands the right to, then I would personally have to... Oh dear. Why is he squatting? 1,000 apologies, sir. I spoke out of turn. I am sire. And as you may have guessed, I'm an inquisitor who has been charged with investigating reports of a rather suspicious, possibly heretical individual. Ho ho ho, a heretic you say? One who bears a passing resemblance to me? Aye, a man rather muscular, wearing dark garments and acquitting himself in a somewhat gentlemanly fashion, as some may say. This heretic sounds like a spitting image of Inspector Hildibrand. Could he be a fan? Say again, you're acquainted with such a man? We were looking for him ourselves. I see, and the man you're looking for is Lord Gorbert's son. It would seem that our investigations may be connected, so I put to you a proposal. The first reported sightings of the heretic I am tracking came from Falcon's Nest. Perhaps we should journey there together. It is, after all, possible that we are seeking the self-same individual. If so, and if he is innocent, it would be for the best if you were present when I apprehended him. That we might resolve this matter without incident. Fair enough. I say we go with him, Samir. This looks like it'd be our best lead yet. Then I shall accompany you all. It has been far too long since I had laid eyes on my beloved son, and if there is a chance we might be reunited, I should be glad to seize it. Then it is settled. We should leave a Falcon's Nest at once. Alright, Falcon's Nest we go. I guess her trajectory that she was thinking of was somewhat off. By a lot. Let me just do this. And that'll cover us for the next hour. Redwold! What's up, my friend? Have you seen a gentleman of sorts? Godbert, you're always just so weirdly. Masters of Night, are these your traveling companions? The mysterious muscular vagabond? Ah yes, a patrol sighted him lurking near the dusk vigil. Thinking he might be a lost traveler, they called out to him, but rather than approach, he fled. Quite frankly, I'm surprised you bothered to come all this way. That sighting barely wanted to mention in my report. Aha, the unmistakable scent of heresy. He is not a heretic, and that's... Dude, stop with the heretic stuff. That's not a thing anymore. Oh, terribly sorry. I picked up from my old... Oh my god, why am I having some trouble speaking? Ah, terribly sorry. Old habit I picked up from my mentor. I know, I will not rush to judgment as before. Still, much as I'd hoped to find your missing inspector, I must confess some small desire that we instead unearth a lingering pocket of heresy. Of late, there have been virtually no confirmed instances of heretical misdeeds. Because that's not a thing anymore. Again, this is like post-story. So... It's gotten so bad that some are speculating our funding may be reduced, or worse, the Inquisition's operations might come under review. That is why, Halun as my witness, I will find and bring a heretic to justice, and prove that our order still has value in these uncertain times. You idiot! What the fuck are you saying? The heretics before were all the dragon people, and the people helping the dragons, and they were helping Ysil. You have no quarrel with the dragons anymore, you idiot. What the fuck? Yes, I understand you have your reasons, but whether or not this is a vagabond was a heretic remains to be seen. What the fuck is she doing? Still, if you are set upon your course, you might begin your search near Dusk Vigil. An excellent suggestion, Sir Redwall. Should we succeed in our endeavor, rest assured that you will share in the glory. Whatever, dude. Are we done with the heretic stuff? Like seriously, come on. The hunt continues, onward to Dusk Vigil. I'm told that the region is especially cold, so do not forget to dress appropriately for the weather. Aye. Ugh. The dusk visual, where is that? Oh, right. That was the fucking dungeon all the way over there. I completely forgot about that. Why the fuck is he over here? Did he land over here? No, they said, I don't know. They said they found him nearby and he ran away. So I don't know. What is Hildibrand after here? Or what? He, not that he's after, but again, he kind of came here accidentally with the sword that kind of shot him in the air and sent him flying over here. I trust you are managing. Good. It would be a shame if we had to turn back now. You idiot. You're the one who's cold and look at this motherfucker. He got rid of like most of his stuff and he's like, the land has beauty all of its own, don't you think? I pity my dear wife isn't here to enjoy it. Look, it's frozen. Wait, does this mean the fish are frozen too? Probably. They're probably long dead though. Are you sure you dressed up, Rip? Fury, take me. It's freezing. But this is a waste of... this is a waste of time. No living thing could survive in this godforsaken wasteland. Dude. Over there, look. Someone's coming from the vigil. Inspector! Inspector, is that you? Don't rush off. Yep, that's him. Or not. As I live and breathe, of all the places to be reunited with Master Zombiebrand's compatriots, how fare you all this fine morning? Hark, a heretic raised from the dead by his brothers on the holy magic. He's not a heretic, he's one of the gentle dead men. What brings you so far from Ulda, good sir? The gentlemen, or the gentle dead men, it's like the group, so like, there was like the warriors of light, the gentle warriors of they're kind of like a comparison between like the warriors of light versus like these guys, and they're the same thing. Like they're the warriors of light, they're the gentle men of light or something like that. I think that's what it was. But they're all dead. They're all like zombies. Well, as you know, ours are a rather lonely existence. So when we heard rumors of an abandoned fortress held by zombies, we were delighted. I was chosen to serve as an emissary and set out immediately. Alas, it seems my efforts were for naught. What do you mean? Ah, truly, every last one dead. That's to say, irrevocably dead. Oh, right, because I ran through there and killed them all. Whoops. If it was necessary, then so be it. Still, after coming all this way, it is more than a little disappointing, you understand. Then my calculations were wrong. The inspector didn't land in Corthus? No, don't fret so. If it is our overload you seek, then you are in luck. As a founder of the Gentle Deadmen, our fates and our aether are inextricably intertwined. In fact, I can feel it calling out to me now. Surely, good sir, you can guide us to Inspector Hildibrand. As surely as my rotting nose can lead me to fresh brains. Follow me, my friends. Wait, what? I hope you're not... One must remain vigilant for heresy, for it can manifest in myriad ways. It is a vile, insidious sickness which must needs be burned out ere the infection take hold. Surely zombification would qualify, yes? He's not a... Confound it, they left us behind. You are out of your element, my dude. Sire's look of utter confusion is one you know all too well. Who do you think they are, commandeering this investigation and employing a zombie as a bloodhound? It beggars belief. We must regain control of the situation. With me, Samir. Like, dude, it's fine. We know these people. And look, he's our only lead for finding the person we're looking for, so just deal with it, okay? Ooh, a rare monster. Speak with the gentle dead man. Godbird was like, that's how he's gonna stay warm. He's just Inspector! Inspector! Damn, I'm as tall as this motherfucker. Fuck. Simply basking in this magnificent scenery fills me with inspiration. This guy is not to be fucked with, man. He is he doesn't have God in his name for no reason, you know? Sickness is wont to fester and spread, yes? Is it truly safe to consort with this man? It's fine. Hold a moment, my friends. I must need concentrate. Master Zombiebrand is indeed nearby, but there's also something else. Perhaps a powerful magic confounding my senses? I can guide you no further. I must needs split up and search the area. Now see here, these wastes are infested with wild beasts, and you would have us split up. Smear can handle himself, true, and you have clearly no reason to fear death. But what of Mr. Nashu? Ah, I take your meaning, my good zombie, Smear. Pray see that the lady's protection. Inquisitor Sire, would you care to take the lead? Come on, you two, the inspector is out there. Let's go take a look, I guess. Or something like that. I missed what she said. It's been a while since we just been able to explore these areas around here. There are a lot of like places that are like out of reach. You can only get there as a level 60, like up top here as an example. Here is not one such place, but it's always nice when you see places that on the map that are like what is this place for? And you know, eventually you find it when you actually do a side quest that goes there. Ah, these sculptured legs clad in gentlemanly trousers. I know them. Wait, what? Sculpted legs clad. Is he? Oh, I see him right there in between the two Yetis. I know them. Look, Samir, they got to be that's got to be the inspector. But what magic was? And he's surrounded by giant, fluffy, man-shaped gazebos. Those are not gazebos. Nay, my lady, those are not mere gazebos. Note their regal bearing. They are gentlemen gazebos. Fearsome yet facetious foes who would surely tear me rotting limb from rotting limb. Only Samir can save Master Zombiebrand now. I'll save him. What have I gotten myself into? Hey, gentleman Yeti. Why am I doing so much damage? Alright, let's pull him out. Once again, he's in his, like, tatters for clothes. Oh my god. Well, it's him. Has to be. Inspector! Inspector, can you hear me? We've been looking all over for you. Oh, this won't do. We gotta get you out of there before you catch your cold. Oh god, here we go. That is not... Oh my god, it's so dumb. Up at him. Everything's... guys. He's frozen in there. Forgive me, if I pull any harder, my arms are like to tear. Ah, there you are. We heard shouting. Have you perchance found something? Here you take me. Is that my heretic? Confound it, I want him alive. Inspector Hildibrand is definitely not a heretic, and he's probably not dead either. He's just hibernating, like last time. Hildy was ever a late riser. Fear not, my wife and I had our ways of waking him. Oh no. We're all stepping back like, oh god. Oh no, we changed jobs. You probably want to run, mate. Hildibrand, Maximum. Right. Get up this instant. This guy is not doing... I missed what he said. Like, hi. He's gonna suplex this guy. This guy is such a joke. This is what I'm talking about. It's hilarious. Just like slapstick humor and embrace it. Boosh. He changed jobs into his underwear. You put him further into the ground, you idiot. Was it the Manderville meteor strike or the Manderville meteor drive? Bah. Maybe Julian was right. Trying to name everything only leads to needless confusion. One more time then. Out you go. What? Splendidly suplex, Lord Godbird. The Manderville. The Manderville dance, I love it. There he is. Where am I? The snowy westlands of Korthus? And who are these people I see before me? Ah, but of course! Who else would venture into hospital climes and wake me from my somber sleep of my beloved fans? Why do I feel as though I stepped through a portal into an alternate reality unbound by laws of logic? That's because you have. Why am I smiling in this? I'm like... what is this, a Mamet? Where'd it come from? Yeah, why does it look like Vivi? Oh, that? When my father drove me into the earth, I found it buried beneath the snow. Yeah, it looks like a Mamet, but it also looks like Vivi. A little Lalafilm girl, how adorable. That is not a Lalafilm girl. Nushu, please. Note the fur muscular legs, not unlike my own. There's clearly a Lalafilm boy. Now that you mention, I suppose his features are rather masculine. You two cannot possibly be serious. I am very soul of seriousness, good sir, especially in matters of deduction. This is undoubtedly a young boy who, much like myself, fell into a deep slumber upon being buried beneath the snow. Now then, let's gently wake him and ascertain his identity. Bonk, bonk, bonk. He's fixing him. Unlike Hildibrand, Godbird's actually smart. There, that ought to do it. What is this place? Who am I? What's with the look? Like, ooh. God, there's more people. I remember nothing. There's not all in all creation that cannot be repaired with a little tender love and care. Master Zombreon is alive and full of beans. It is a miracle. Surely there's a perfectly logical explanation for all this. If you're looking for logic when it comes to Hildibrand, you'll be surely disappointed, so don't bother. Inspector Hildibrand's back, and he brought a friend. It would seem that although Father's ungentle ministrations served to restore this young boy to life, they also robbed him of his memory. He's not a boy, he's a mammoth. How did I get here? Who am I? Why can't I not remember? Do not worry, young man. Everything will be alright. Take it from me. I've lost my memory more times than I can even remember. Then, can you help me to remember? Hark to me now, for I, Hildibrand, agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, do hereby swear to solve the mystery of this amnesiac hobblehoy. Oh boy, so this is gonna be our new mystery to find, I guess. Wonderful, wonderful. I'll get started on a batch of Nashu's delights. Effective as your explosives were in the past, I suspect that young Gigi lacks the hardy constitution required to survive such an approach. Gigi, is that my name? When you awoke, you were muttering Gigi. I suspected the phrase may hold some significance for you. So until such time as we learn your real name, I say why not adopt it as a playful moniker? But that just sounds all... But that's just the sound all mammoths make. Ugh. What kind of imbecile goes and names a mammoth Gigi anyway? Gigi, I like this name. Thank you, kind sir. But how will this new name help me to remember who I am? Patience, Gigi. This is only the beginning. Next, we will return to the city and see if we cannot find any who know who you are. Come along. It'd be best if you get new clothes first, mate. Now that I know our overlord is safe and sound, I too must take a leave of you and return to my brothers. I dare say rigor mortis will set in if I remain here any longer. Now for Thonalon, then allow me to accompany you. Julian will give me no end of trouble if I keep her waiting much longer, though perhaps she will forgive me once I tell her of Hildy's return. This is a rather lot to digest, though you have a look of one accustomed to such happenings. Yep. In any case, regardless of Mistress Nashu's protestations, the inspector will not be granted access to the capital until we can confirm that he is not a heretic. You have my word that he will be treated fairly. That's fine. He's a little odd and weird, but he's not a... Oh god, it's you. The person who's kind of leading us on for all the... So like this is like a phantom thief. And he's been stealing treasure throughout the whole of the A Realm Reborn storyline. And we only met him once officially, or like in the flesh, but he kind of wears like masks to kind of like hide who he is. So we don't know how he truly looks like. At least I don't think we do, but he's gonna be egging us on around, I guess. I suppose we'll have to see what happens here. I wonder if it has anything to do with our friend Gigi here. Our new friend Gigi, I suppose. Sure, take me, that man. Ah, Samir. I suppose you heard the news, then. Inspector Hildibrand was cleared of all suspicions and judged to be no more than an eccentric curiosity. If you're looking for him, good luck. I wanted to thank him for his cooperation, but as soon as the Temple Knights released him, he and his assistant ran off to God knows where with that mama in tow. As for my investigation, in spite of all the twists and turns, I managed to solve a satisfactory result. As far as the Inquisition is concerned, the suspicious vagabond was not more than a zombie which wandered away from the Dust Vigil. sickness which has since been purged. So it seemed that all is right with the world once more. For now, I have no doubt that the inspector will turn up again like a bad gill, and when he does, trouble is sure to follow. Oh, he'll be fine. Not really, we'll always have some trouble to happen with him. That's for sure. Alright, that's Act 1 of the story, I suppose. Edmund Fort Tom's gonna have a... See you, Inspector. There's definitely gonna be more to this. Okay, there we go. Cool. Let's see, we're at 5:30 now. I think this is a good spot because it's a nice little cliffhanger as opposed to like what's happening. So I think we'll call it here for today. And on Wednesday, we'll pick up again when we do more, have another session of, you know, side quest day. And we'll continue the story here and, yeah, we'll finish where the Hildibrand goes. We'll see how far we can get. My goal is to hopefully finish all of the Heaven's Word material for Hildibrand. We'll definitely do the Stormblood one as well, too, but we'll see if we want to fit that in between or after something or just immediately right after. So that will do for today. Thank you for joining me on just a day to kind of do side quests. I'm going to be working on farming more tokens. I have 128 and I need like 380 total to get all the things I want. And so I'll just be doing that while farming experience and trying to level up Samurai and eventually level up my Paladin as well. So I have a lot of work ahead of me and lots of farming of experience and totems to do. So yeah, we'll see you all on Monday, where we'll be continuing on with the main story. And yeah, until then, as always, have a good one, and I'll see you next time.